North Ringwood perspective, I'm going to say that, you know, if they can win, they'll basically go a step closer to, you know, clinching that top spot, getting that week's rest, and that will do the players' bodies, you know, the world of good. So in terms of the ground report, guys, it's the MCG of the East, so I mean, have a look at it. It's looking wonderful, except for the wing on the grandstand side, guys. It's been chopped up a bit, probably from the Mitcham training, so you'd be wise to go down the outer side if you are going forward for either team there, guys.
Thank you very much to Andy Paolecci and joining him for his second appearance on the media team. And it's great to have him back at the pointy end of the season. Arthur Hall looking after Mitcham today. G'day, Artie.
G'day, boys. How good is it here today? Come and get your local football, people. It is fantastic here. The crowd's going off. There's cars everywhere. A great weather report from our new fella there. But from a Mitcham perspective, it's a really must-win game today. Last time these two played, it was obviously a 37-point win to North Ringwood. Obviously, Tigers hoping to turn that around, and I really think they can with this momentum they've got of the last 5 games winning, and with 6 teams fighting for 3 spots on the ladder. Today's the day, Tigers.
Well, thank you very much to the boys. Thanks to Akira Urgent Care down a boundary side. They're both going for the Mitcham Tigers. Mitcham's kicking to that residential end or the opposite end to the Maroondah Highway. Daniel Sensick, your tip this afternoon?
North Ringwood for mine. They're in too good a form this, for the whole season. And look, Mitcham realise the importance of the match, but North Ringwood for mine.
Dyson Baker?
Yeah, look, I'm going to go North Ringwood to sit on top of the ladder.
Well, my tip this afternoon is going to be the North Ringwood Football Club. They love sitting on top. It's a big challenge for Mitcham today. I think they'll be in it for a very long way. They may be able to snatch it as well. But big game for North Ringwood. Match of the day brought to you by the EFL app, of course. Dyson Baker to take us away.
Dan Beard holds the ball aloft as he's done many occasions before. Here, the penultimate round of Division 3 action in the home and away season. And it's North Ringwood that try and get the first clearance through Brett Moyle. Nothing presenting, so he just kicks up towards the grandstand side wing. Only finds Jared Whitnish, who hands off to a teammate, and they try and run it through that grandstand side wing, exactly where Andy P said not to go. But Quilty sends Mitcham inside forward 50 for the first time during this game, and a good punch away from Max Melzer in the North Ringwood defensive line. Sees the ball over the boundary line and out of bounds.
Let's cross down boundary side to get the starting benches with Artie Hall.
Thanks, Benny. For Mitcham on the bench, it's Aaron Miller, number 3, Cameron Taylor, number 7. We go down to Jake Kelly at 36 and Paul Phillips at 65.
Thanks, guys. And for North Ringwood, it is number 26, Jason Harris. We've got Jason Sharp at number 34, Charles Bardo, number 35, and Jared Castles, 41.
Perfect timing, boys. Thanks to Akira Urgent Care. We'll see if we can get those boys on it very, very quickly. Thrown in once again. Free kick's been paid out in the ruck contest. It will go the way of the Tigers. So the first shot on goal to come within the first minute of the match, and it will be Ryan Bell to take the shot for the Tigers early in the game.
Mark down the goal.
So umpire just lining him up on this occasion. He'll kick from probably about 30 metres out, probably a slightish angle. But expect this one to be relatively comfortably kicked with the breeze. Ryan Bell for the Tigers first of the day. This will hurt the Saints. Comes in now, sticks it across to the left-hand side as he hung it in. The Tigers like it, the supporters like it, and Mitcham have their first on the board. Mitcham moved to 1 straight 6, leading North Ringwood yet to score on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. We've gone 1 minute and 40 seconds in the first term EFL Game Day action.
Well, today's all about taking your opportunities for the Tigers, and that's exactly what happened there. A free kick out of the throw-in for an arm hold on Ryan Bell there. So great work by him to take his opportunity when it comes.
Ball back in the middle of the ground. Division 3 match of the day. It's first versus 5th. Mitcham have got off to a great start. They currently lead by 1 goal. Ball in the middle, Viv Miller versus Tuck. Miller got that one down. That went straight into the arms, though. The North Ringwood Football Club, they kick it up towards a half-forward line. Picking it up and handballing it over, looking for Morgan. He got met really heavily. David Searles in there. He's going to receive the handball now. Little grubber kick. That was okay. They're working along the grandstand side. Mitcham kick up towards half forward. It's a 2-on-1 situation at the back of the pack. Melzer dropped what he probably should have taken right on his hammer. Ryan Bell. The umpire's going to come in and bounce it about 55 metres out from the Mitcham goals. It'll be fast movement throughout the day. Relatively small ground. Ball comes down. Kick around the body by Searle. That was okay to the top of the goal square. Couldn't quite trap it there was Godfrey. Ball close to that boundary line. Scooped up. Mitcham, they've got it, they've lost it. So over it goes 45 metres out, or about 40 metres out from the goals Mitcham's end.
We've got a 56 playing for the North Ringwood Saints. If you boys down on the boundary, thanks to Akira Urgent Care, can work that out for us, that'd be great.
The umpire throws it in. Went straight.
Lincoln Decker, guys.
Thank you very much. Lincoln Decker's wearing that jumper. Went out the way of Jason Sharp. Got down low. So did Tucky, the big ruckman. Copped one high. So we'll have the free kick right in front of us here. Broadcast side. Sharp was running on for the handball. He'll look forward. Towards a half-forward line. Kick goes in that direction now. It looks like a sea of Tigers back there. The fist was on. Chopping across there was Todd Morgan. Banged it on his boot and the kick went inside 50. Now it becomes a foot race. Charles Pardo might be the first one to meet it. He's going to kick it off the ground. That's a really clever kick. Charles Pardo on the left boot. Well, that's going to excite the boys at North Ringwood on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. They get the quick answer at the 4-minute mark. It's 1 goal straight apiece, Daniel Sensi.
He's a very good player, Ben Law, but I think he just misjudged that ball a bit there. He punched it away to that centre-half forward hotspot when he really could have taken the mark and cleared Mitcham out of danger.
Boundary.
It's crossed down boundary side to Arthur Hall thanks to Akira Urgent Care.
Yeah, just a slight bit of rain coming across the back of the grandstand side there, guys. I don't think it's going to worry it for too much, though.
So 1 straight 6 apiece as we cross over the 4-minute mark. EFL Game Day thanks to the EFL mobile app. Ball thrown out once again in the middle of the ground. Good work from Mitcham to try and get the clearance away, but cut off reasonably comfortably by North Ringwood. Taking it, the ball under a lot of pressure was Tuck, but he got his handball away. Inside forward 50 through Morgan for North Ringwood. Nothing presenting, a multitude of Tigers just packing around the ball, and they managed to clear it out into the centre of the ground. The target on that occasion was Faulkner. He couldn't mark. Got his handball away, and they move it forward up towards the forward 50, and Bell takes the mark and absolutely collapses into his opponent.
Courageous stuff there by Bell.
Handballs the ball off, they quickly go inside forward 50 through Petrarca, bouncing ball, nothing presenting on that occasion for Godfrey. Ball looking towards the boundary line, and Ellison sees it over the boundary line out of bounds right in front of the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, which reads 1 straight 6 apiece.
A bit of feeling in this game so far. No side's taking a backward step, which is good to see.
So thrown in once again. This time Bell takes back position, but managed to get a fist on it. Nothing presenting though, and the ball just sits out the pack about 45 metres out from the Mitcham goal. North Ringwood get the handball away. Nothing presenting on that occasion though. Mitcham get the clearing kick up towards Mara. Can he take the mark? Didn't quite sit for him. Quilty come in, got the tap away. Unfortunately, it was tapped away from him on the second bounce. Still trying to handball it out, and a free kick's been paid. The second one, it looks like it'll be Bell again.
And he got dispossessed too, Bell, so if that was let go, he would have been pinged for her dropping the ball or throwing the ball. So putting his body on the line, that was good play. So
2 free kicks within the space of the first 5 or so minutes, and Ryan Bell could have 2 goals and put his Tigers back in front early on in this game. So at the moment, scores tied as we tick towards 6 minutes gone. Ryan Bell for Mitcham already has 1. On the right boot, little bit tedious with the kick, and it showed as it went to the right-hand side. 3 for 1 behind. 1-1-7 Mitcham. North Ringwood 1 straight 6. 6 minutes gone. Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Bit of a contentious free there. I would have called it holding the ball, but you take your opportunities when you get them.
Great game on our hands so far. Still early. It's very tight. The kick in from Melzer. He had to hug the boundary line. He made Brett Moyle work really hard for it. He was up to the task. Kick goes on now. Finds Harbeck. Harbeck through the middle of the ground looking for Tuck. He was out in front. That was okay. Kelly was on it at the fall of the ball. Going in hard was David Searle trying to break the tackle. Kelly. Umpire's going to come in and bounce it. Just outside the centre square. Far side of the ground. Walker Park. High throws the ball aloft. Good mark, good taken down there by Decker. Got it to Harris, who banged it inside forward 50, looking for Van Unen. He had the front spot. Sharp at the fall of the ball, gave a little handball out. Tucks in there on all fours. Good pressure by the Mitcham backs to clear the ball out. It's going to come out towards Batchelor. Went backwards. Comes into the arms now of Holstead Wild, who was put under a lot of pressure. Gained a valuable 20 metres or so. Ball bounces up towards the wing. Miller's handball went into absolutely no man's land. Decker got a handle on it. Mitcham, they're still working the ball forward. Searle has had a lot of it early. Got a handball back. Kick ball inside 50. Looking for Godfrey. They haven't been kicking it probably exactly where Godfrey's wanted it in their first few entries, Daniel Sensi.
No, they haven't, but a great surge forward by Mitcham there by Halstead Wild at half-back to really take the game on and gain, valuable meterage there.
Grant Campbell, thanks to Choose Tap Match Stats.
Centre clearances 3-0 so far for North Ringwood.
Decker of the Heath variety got the knockdown, went straight into the arms of Whitnish. He was tackled, kick snap around the body. This is a great shot on goal. What a super kick that was from the stoppages. and Mitcham get their second on the board, and it's going to go to David Searle. As I mentioned, he's been getting around it quite often already in this first 8 minutes, and on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, Mitcham moved to 2 goals, 1-13, opened up a 7-point gap over North Ringwood, 1 straight 6.
David Searle's been absolutely fantastic all over the ground. It just shows what sort of player he is. Across the midfield so far in this opening 8 or so minutes, he's been putting his head over the ball and really feeding the Mitcham forwards. Good to see him get a reward there.
So 8 minutes gone, and Mitcham work well into a 7-point lead. Ball back in the middle of the ground. North Ringwood trying to get their 4th clearance of the afternoon. They do it through Tuck as they try to go forward once again. Putting his head over the ball, not quite picking up on that occasion was Harris, right on the 45-metre arc. Well painted by our mate G-Mac, who I just saw him walk up the steps a few moments ago. So Dan Beard holds the ball aloft, right on that arc, Maroondah Highway end of the ground. Mitcham try to clear it away, nothing presenting as Witness just overruns that. They now get the clearing kick up towards centre half forward. Target on that occasion again was Faulkner, bounced over his head, so too Bell. And a free kick's been paid out. This time it'll go the way of North Ringwood. The free kick count thanks to Choose Tap.
Two apiece.
Thank you very much, Grant Campbell. Up towards the forward 50, very log-jammed full forward line for North Ringwood at the moment. Mitcham doing a power of work just to get back, but another free kick paid the way of Mitcham. North Ringwood I should say, and it goes to Anthony Sharp. Sharp inside forward 50 into the hot spot, nothing presenting, and a free kick in the end will be paid.
Great courage shown there.
And at 25 metres going the way of the Mitcham Footy Club, so they get it a jail free on this occasion once again. And Mitcham to clear off half back. So just summing up his options, decide to go wide to the grandstand side. Very wide, in fact, and right in front of our Akira Urgent Care boundary riders that's seen over the boundary line and out of bounds.
It's interesting that the umpires are paying a lot of free kicks in this opening 10 or so minutes of play. He's setting the tone, telling the players that they're not going to, you can't put your hand over an opponent's shoulder. Dan Beard knows exactly what to do. He'll be the senior umpire this afternoon. Good work off the back of the pack on that occasion was Morgan to get the clearance away for North Ringwood through the legs of a couple of Mitcham players, and they get another chance through sharp North Ringwood. Very tough in and under football. North Ringwood, the handball came back to Decker, who has a bit of time, decides to go to the top of the 50 arc. No mark taken, ball spills out the back, and Marrow will be the man to take it away. No. Free kick's been paid, it'll be Batchelor. So another free kick paid off half back for Mitcham. Decides to go short, finds his target in his captain in Quilty. Plays on, just sells a bit of candy inside forward 50 once again for Mitcham. No mark taken, ball spills out the back, plenty of numbers across the back. James Dean gets the ball on the outer side, decides to kick wide, very wide in fact, and it finds his target in Daniel Wood on the outer side. So they're just slowly working it up towards the wing. Another short chip kick. This is good from the North Ringwood Footy Club, just slowing things down, trying to make it right. Now up towards half forward, but the mark taken by the Mitcham defence. And once again, they'll take it away through Lee Warren.
So a fast-paced game early on. It's a 7-point lead to Mitcham. Well, load up again. The kick goes, well, into really no man's land. Coming over the top there was Dean for North Ringwood. Across the half-forward line for Mitcham. Going to ground there was Ryan Bell. He was almost leg. Moyle's going to clear it now for the Saints. The kick goes out wide. The driving ball inside forward 50. The target's intended for James Candler. Can he hold it? Couldn't quite get a bite on it. Good fist away there by Warren. They're still there. The Saints comes out to Tuck across the 45 metre. They're going backwards to go forwards. Comes into the arms of Melzer. Tried to break a tackle, then put Tuck under an enormous amount of pressure. Then now in the middle of the ground, the handball goes across to Dean. He squeezes it out wide. That was okay, Morgan. Once again, they go backwards. They're putting each other under enormous amount of pressure. Allison moved it on. Morgan on the left boot. Goes inside forward 50. That was good kick, but it was cut off. And Holstein Wild's going to clear for Mitcham. Great bit of play there by the Tigers. The handball over the top goes to the arms of Smith. The old 1-2 was on, and now the kick goes up towards the half-forward line. Moyle's there to put the spoil on. That was a good bit of play, but Bell's been amongst it. And actually, in fact, it was Anthony Faulkner. We'll have a boundary throw in right in front of us here on the broadcast side.
Another job for our Akira Urgent Care boundary riders. 21 for North Ringwood. We don't have him on our team list.
Yeah, guys, it's Josh Barrett.
Good fist away by Decker that time, but it went straight into the arms of Searle, who banged it on the boot, kicked it inside forward 50. Godfrey's not going to get near that over the boundary line, and it goes 30 metres out from the Mitcham goals.
They're taking the game on at the moment, Mitcham. Holstead Wild down back's been fantastic for them, and a number of key clearances out of defence.
So just waiting for the ball to be thrown back in. The umpire does so now. Harbeck had the front spot. Came out to the way of Moyle, but chopped off by Searle. His kick was half smothered there by Kelly. Good play to recover as well, get the handball over the top, and now the Saints are away. Driving kick up towards the half-forward line had to be good. pack forms. Who's going to be the first to meet it? Hold Steve Weil at the fall of the ball. He wanted this boundary line. He's going to get it. The umpire said it was legal. We'll have a boundary throw in.
Very lucky not to give away a free kick there for holding the ball.
So the umpire to bring it back in. It'll be Tuck versus Petrarca. Ball hits the deck. Good tackle there by Denelson, but it scoots out now for the Tigers. The handball over the top was good, and now the driving kick inside forward 50 goes over the back of the pack. Who's going to be the first to meet it? It's going to be Anthony Faulkner, and he runs into it, open goal. And Mitcham have got 3 on the board on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. We've just crossed 13 and a half minutes, and they've opened up a handy 13-point lead now. 3 goals, 119. North Ringwood still 1 goal straight.
Very smart play there by Mitcham and by Anthony Faulkner, who's figured in the goal kickers for Mitcham on a number of occasions in the last 3 or 4 weeks. Very smart play to get ahead of the pack there, handball across, and open goal for Mitcham.
Very smart play from Godfrey as well. Knew that the ball was going to go over the top and managed to just work himself to the back of the pack. He was there as well. Faulkner was the one that picked it up in the end in goal, but great work there from Anthony Faulkner, and Mitcham just slowly opening up. Faulkner kicked 5 last week, Godfrey 4 in their win over Warrandyte. So just waiting for the ball to be returned. It's a 13-point lead in favour of the home side in the Mitcham Tigers. Once again back in the middle of Walker Park. 14 minutes gone on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Tapped down on this occasion. Good work from Mitcham, but they won't work it out as Moyle gets the clearance, goes forward. Nothing presenting once again inside the North Ringwood forward line. Slowly trying to clear it out was Johnson. Kicked up towards the middle of the ground, found Petrarca. Short chip kick, only just went the distance to Warren. He plays on quickly, goes inside forward 50. It'll drop over the back this time, but North Ringwood here to clean up. They're not going to let the same mistake happen twice. And a good mark taken by Nick Harbeck. He goes to the outer side, finds Max Melzer deep in defence. Right in front of the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, which is C119, Mitcham, North Ringwood, 1 straight 6. Come back to James Dean on this side of the ground, the commentary side, as they work towards the wing. Ooh. Nothing presenting, and Mitcham now a chance as David Sell marks about 60 out from goal. Decides to go with an ugly grubber kick. It'll bounce just inside. So still an opportunity for the Mitcham Football Club if they can make something from this throw in about 5 metres round from their own goal.
Text in your scores this afternoon as you go local for your footy on 0419 654 082. And of course follow us on Twitter
at Footy EFL. Just a little bit too fossilised for Twitter, are we, BWS?
I'm a big fan of Twitter, isn't it working magnificently?
So ball thrown in once again.
Don't have it.
Tap down on this occasion. North Ringwood nothing presenting, so ball spills out to the bottom of the pack. Now they get a chance to clear out. Moyle will be the man, just put himself under a lot of pressure. They still trying to work it out. Nice in and under contest early in this game, as we expected from 2 fierce sides. Still nothing presenting. Now that they finally get it out to Petrarca, right on the 45. Inside forward 50, no mark taken. Marrow at the back of the pack, can he fly it through? Yes, he has. Lucas Marrow puts Mitcham's 4th on the board. They move on to 4-1-25. North Ringwood 1 straight 6 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. 16 minutes gone. First term EFL Game Day brought to you by the EFL Web app.
Yeah, Lucas Marrow, absolutely fantastic effort there, just to make the right decision when the time came. And we talk about Lucas Marrow quite a bit in the EFL Media Team. How can we not? He's been in the goal kickers for quite a few times this season for the Tigers, and again today he's going to figure prominently.
Grant Campbell, thanks to Choose Tap Match Stats.
Inside 50s, 9-8 in favour of Mitcham. Interesting, there's no marks inside 50 so far. That might be the delivery, but it also might be the defenders being on top, because the spoil count is 5 apiece so far.
Thanks, Soupy. Margin creeping out to 19 points now. They'll be happy with that. The boys did mention, thanks to Akira Urgent Care, that there was a couple of goal breeze going to the Mitcham end. The knockout came from Tuck. They're going to get the clearance here, Soupy. North Ringwood through James Candler, wants to switch the play. The kick wasn't too crash off, but it's going to bounce favourably for Dean. He was quickly met. The kick goes inside forward 50. It was intended there for Whelan. Got the handball over. That was okay. Dean, he moves it on really quickly. That's really good play by North Ringwood. Sharp missed it on the left-hand side of the goals. That's their first blemish to North Ringwood. Quick bit of movement by them, so that was better. And on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, North Ringwood moved to 1-1-7. It's a 3-goal ball game. Mitcham 4-1-25. It's crossed down boundary side to Artie Hall, thanks to Akira Urgent Care.
Yeah, just something I picked up here, Ben. I don't know if they've got a plan at Mitcham for Petrarca, but they're usually in 2 to 3 minute bursts off the bench.
Batchelor took the mark from the kick in and he moved it along nicely. Aaron Miller takes it on centre wing, right in front of the faithful. They're getting into this game. They're excited to where they sit. Quilty had it in the guts. Had running support and the kick goes inside forward 50. That was better for Godfrey, and out in front takes a really good mark 45 metres out from goal, wants to swing around on the left boot. It's a bit of a shank of a kick, 2 out of bounds on the full. Had a couple of players there in the pocket, but he was going for home, and North Ringwood will rebound, trailing Mitcham at the 18-minute mark by 3 goals.
Look at that wind, how through the 9 News windsock. Just blowing straight down to the residential area, or you're at the left-hand side of your radio dial if you're playing at home. And the kick from the North Ringwood defence goes out of bounds, so another chance for Mitcham. About 60 metres round from their own goal, out of side here at Walker Park. They currently lead this one 4-1 to 1-1, an 18-point margin. 18 minutes gone, first term. Free kick's been paid out, and by Danby just points away. North Ringwood free kick going the way of Daniel Wood. So Wood from half back, kicks up short, finds Candler. Candler centre wing out of side for North Ringwood. Now up towards the half forward line, it'll be 3-on-1. Mitcham one out on that occasion. Good work off the back of the pack. Warren gets his handball away. Now they try and move it. Just weren't clean enough on that occasion. And seeing it over the boundary line out of bounds was Halstead Wild. So true centre wing out of side. Say what, North Ringwood would like a goal against the run of play here, just to bring them right back, and they get the clearance on this occasion. Trying to bounce it forward. Skills haven't been up to scratch. I suppose that's more the pressure, but they still managed to move it inside forward 50. If this goes out and they manage to clean it up, which they don't on this occasion, Taylor works it straight back out of the defensive line.
Well done.
And bustling through the pack. Great work from Mitcham as they kick up towards half forward. Nothing presenting though. Bell taps back and it sees it over the boundary line and out of bounds. Tried to be a little bit too fancy on that occasion and sends it over the boundary line.
That's the difference when North Ringwood go forward. Mitcham are always willing to take the game on. I mentioned that before. Miller's been fantastic at it so far.
They're more trying to. North Ringwood are more trying to play behind the ball and run onto it rather than actually waiting for it down to come. So ball's held up just on half forward, right on the corner of the square on the outer side of the ground. If you've just joined us, this is EFL Game Day action, Division 3, Mitcham 4-1-25, leading the ladder leaders North Ringwood 1-1-7. Just ticked into time on first term. Still trying to just work this one out. James Dean will be the one to do it though. Gets his handball off, nothing presenting for him. So they try and trail it out through Candler on that occasion, up towards the centre of the ground. Marrow, the last goal kicker, got his handball away. Found his captain in Quilty and they open it up towards the full forward line once again. Godfrey in front position, got the tap down, couldn't quite take it though. In and under as well was Miller, but cleaning up off the back of the pack was Matty Castles, who sees it up towards half forward. Almost a nice fly taken off the back of the pack. Couldn't quite do so. Quilty once again just working his way forward. James Dean, this kid's got a lot of pace. Kicks it short, manages to find Sharp on the outer side. Going inside forward 50. Can't quite find the marking target once again. Inside 50 count thanks to Choose Tap, Grant Campbell.
11 apiece.
So both sides really not making the most of their opportunities. So 11 inside forward 50s, Mitcham 5 scoring shots to North Ringwood's 2. Tap down, punch came forward for North Ringwood, went nowhere. It was nullified by the Mitcham defence. They try and work it out once again. It's almost a little bit of aerial ping pong at the moment with both these sides' half back lines working beautifully. Still trying to push it forward, Mitcham. They'll get a chance now as they get a bit more space off the back of the pack. Good work from Brian. Found a bit of space to the outer side wing and true centre wing out of bounds on the full. So at the 21.5 minute mark, it is Mitcham 4-1-25, North Ringwood 1-1-7.
It'd be a real shame to see Mitcham concede a goal to North Ringwood at this stage of time on in the first quarter.
Decker was the recipient of the free kick. Got it onto Pardo. We see him kick a super goal earlier in this quarter. Moved it along nicely. Denelson, he had front spot. Kick goes inside the 45 over the back of the pack. That was a good fist on it by Glossop. Taken by Sharp. He has players spread across the 50. Umpire didn't pay the mark to Whelan. The kick goes in towards a true centre half forward position. Going to have to go in hard is Harrison. He did so. Rode the bump, then got the handball away. Tucky's got it now in the middle. Gets boot to ball and kicks it up towards the goal line. Who's going to be there? Van Union front spot, and also in his way for the North Ringwood Football Club was Barrett. So Josh Barrett, good spot to be, 25 metres out from goal. It's an important kick, Daniel Sensick. 22.5 minutes gone and they need to narrow this gap, which is currently 3 goals.
Oh, it certainly is, and I mentioned just a moment ago, it'd be a real shame for the Tigers to concede a goal at this stage of the quarter because they can really build on a lead, which would build momentum.
So Josh Barrett He looks pretty confident, leans over the ball. He's going to put it through. He makes the goal umpire work, and in the end, he loved the theatre of it and crossed himself and said, "That's a point, young fella." So on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, the minor score to North Ringwood. That's their second for the afternoon. They move to 1-2-8, still trailing Mitcham 4-1-25, 17-point ball game.
Kick comes out, long ball, about 60 metres from home. They work it out, Mitcham to the grandstand side. Now they go towards the forward 50. Nothing presenting for Phillips as it goes over the back of his head. Still trying to work out of the way to defence with Stevens. He was given the free kick over Moyle. Just tried to hold on him a bit too long. Inside
Great
forward
hit.
50, manages to find its target in Ryan Bell. And from directly in front, about 35 metres out, Ryan Bell can look to kick his second and his side's fifth for the afternoon.
Bit of a 12-point play, isn't it? North Ringwood have the shot on goal. They move it out from defence, and Mitcham now find themselves within 30 seconds having their own shot.
Shows you the difference a small ground can make. That was 2 or 3 kicks, and now Ryan Bell can have the fourth and slot it straight home. So Ryan Bell has 2. Mitcham have 5-1-31. And they lead this one, North Ringwood 1-2-8. 24 minutes gone here at EFL Game Day, brought to you by the EFL web app.
A few minutes ago, Grant Campbell mentioned both sides having 11 inside 50s, but maybe not scoring as much. I think it's been due to the fact that the side's been bombing it inside 50 a bit, but that was a perfect example of what Mitcham and North Ringwood needed to do more of. Deliver to a target so they can go back and have the set shot for goal.
Grant Campbell, thanks to Choose Tap Match Stats.
The only big difference at the moment is in the clearances. North Ringwood are winning that 15-7, and they've won all 6 centre clearances.
24.5 minutes gone in this first term. It'll be Law versus Tuck. Law got that tap down, but once again North Ringwood's going to get the clearance. The kick went out wide towards the Quilty direction. He doubles back, then goes direct. Kick through the centre half ball position, but nobody's home. At the back of the pack, Harbeck. They have time, the Saints. They had the extra player. They're going to switch it out to James Dean, and now he can take off if he wants to. Got clean skills, James Dean. Good kick up towards the Barrett direction. In fact, yes, it was Barrett. So the ball goes over the boundary line and out of bounds. 59 for North Ringwood.
We don't have a 59 either. We can get the Akira Urgent Care boundary riders to work that one out for us.
Yeah, we're making them work hard this afternoon. Obviously someone left the jumpers behind at North Ringwood this morning as the ball goes up towards the half forward line. At ground level
59.
was Decker. Still across that defensive 50. That's a good bit of play there by Glossop. He wanted the boundary line, but North Ringwood, eventually they had the numbers. The kick goes forward by Denelson to the top of the square. Fisted away, Sharp mops up. He'll kick this one. Bounces it straight through the middle, and North Ringwood get their second goal on the board on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. They move to 2 goals, 2-14. Mitcham 5-1-31. He's a smart player, Sharp, and at the stoppages and at fast movement play, if he's a crummer, he'll more often than not kick the goal.
Yeah, he'd been really quiet up until then, and a fantastic goal, fantastic time to kick a goal 25 minutes into the first quarter to get them back to within 3 goals just before quarter time.
Grant Campbell, thanks to Choose Tap Match Stats.
North Ringwood scored a goal with their first inside 50, and then they've had 12 inside 50s with no goal, so that's the drought breaker for them.
Guys, 59 is Jared Castles.
Thank you very much to Grant Campbell, and thanks to the boys down on the boundary. Jared Castles is wearing number 59 for North Ringwood. So Mitcham try to go forward once again. They managed to work it out on this occasion. Whitnish has a shot on goal and has managed to slot the quick reply for the Tigers. 6-1-37 Mitcham. They currently open up this lead a little bit further. North Ringwood 2-2-14. 26 minutes gone, and with a quick clearance, Mitcham just put themselves well and truly in front as we head towards quarter time.
Yeah, Mitcham have been really good at the clearances so far this afternoon, and that could be a real heartbreaker for the North Ringwood Football Club, who've done all the hard work in the last 5 minutes at getting themselves back within 3 goals, but quick reply there by Mitcham.
Text in your scores this afternoon on 0419 654 082 as you go local for your footy. There's plenty of great games going right across the eastern suburbs this afternoon. The weather seems to be holding out. Mitcham have got the jump in this game. It's a big day for the club. It's Law versus Tuck. Tuck got that knockdown. Came straight into the arms there of Sharp. They're going to try and clear it out. Allison, he was quickly rocked up in a tackle. At the fall of the ball, Mitcham, they're going to work it through the middle. Kick inside forward 50. Who's going to be in the spot? It's going to be Max Melzer. Showed a little bit of courage. Wanted to move the ball on quickly. Does so. Gets it out to Todd Morgan. They've got players running out wide if the ball can just sit up. Chopping across there was Trevor Batchelor. He was the cool one in the situation. The kick goes up towards the half-forward line. So Mitcham, another one would be pretty handy. Petrarca's made space. You don't leave a player like him in the middle of the ground by himself. So about 60 metres out from goal. Winds up now on that left boot. He's going to give it a fair old roost too. It might even go all the way. It pushes just to the left-hand side. He got the distance. So Julian Petrarca almost scoring Mitcham's 7th, but they moved to 6 goals, 2-38 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Well, it's a 22-point lead out here at Walker Park at the 28-minute mark.
So we slowly wind down to quarter time here on EFL Game Day. Ellison takes the mark, half back. Out towards the outer side centre wing, but it's cut off on this occasion. And Mitcham another chance to bounce back towards the forward 50 arc. Plenty of options. They'll all fly on this occasion. Melzer was the man in front. Plenty of room here for Godfrey to just send it through right on the siren, but through to the right-hand side and one behind right on the quarter-time siren. And it takes the Mitcham score to 6-3-39. North Ringwood 2-2-14. And a fantastic start for Mitcham in this game, in this vital game, I should say.
25 points the margin out here for the EFL, a match of the day. There's plenty of great games happening across the eastern suburbs today. So we're going to cross back to the studio with Peter MacArthur, have our first break for the afternoon and come back with Ben Waterworth because he has all the scores happening for you across the Twitter sphere right here on 98.1 Radio Eastern.
Bennettswood Neighbourhood House at 7 Greenwood Street, Burwood will present 30-minute meals cooking demonstrations on Thursday the 2nd of August and Thursday the 3rd of August at 11 until 12 noon on both days. You'll be shown how to cook delicious, quick and easy meals that take only 30 minutes and which are perfect for cooking in large portions, for freezing and reheating the microwave. Ideal for busy people or those living alone. After watching the cooking demonstration, you can enjoy eating the meal. Menu: home-style braised chicken with steamed rice or noodles. Bookings are essential and may be made by calling Alison on 988-0234. That number again is 988-0234.
Radio Eastern 98.1. And we have some progress scores. Adelaide 10 points in front, and St Kilda, they're 4 points in front at the moment. On Radio Eastern 98.1, we've got something to mention to you. What do you do when you have a medical emergency? Public emergency departments do a great job, but they're always busy and often have long waiting times. Private hospitals charge you $280 and more for additional services. But at Ikira Urgent Care, there's no waiting. You'll only pay a maximum of $150 out of pocket, which includes other diagnostic services you may need. So which option should you choose? Ikira Urgent Care, Australia's first walk-in medical and emergency clinic. Walk in at 157 Scoresby Road in Baronia, or call them on 9839 3333. 9839 3333. Ikira Urgent Care. Your health, your destiny.
Need some windows but your budget's too tight? Never fear, because the team at T&B Window Warehouse has the right solution for you. We have surplus windows to suit the needs of any budget. We're located at 120 to 124 Bayfield Road East, Bayswater North. Give us a call, 8727 7506. That's 8727 7506. T&B Window Warehouse. Don't forget the name, part of the EAL and AW Transport Group. #1 in window transport. Program sponsor.
Every club expects high performance from their team. At Ferntree Gully Holden, you'll find the latest high performance vehicles in the HSV range, and the team will give you the best possible deal. So if you're looking for a high performance HSV, look no further than Ferntree Gully Holden, Burwood Highway, Ferntree Gully, for a great deal, or visit www.ftgmotor.com.au. Ferntree Gully Holden, your community dealer. LMCT 443. A proud supporter of the Eastern Football League and Radio Eastern.
EFL Saturday Game Day continues. Let's head back and go local for your footy.
Plenty of scores around the Eastern Football League today, and let's start in Division 1. But before we do that, let's repeat the score here at Mitcham. What a start by the Tigers, 6-3-39, leading the more fancied North Ringwood 2-2-14. 25 points is the margin at quarter time. Few scores around the league so far. Norwood 1-5-11, leading Croydon 1-1-7. Not surprising to see a low-scoring game out there at Croydon. Scoresby 2-1-13, trailing Baldwin 3 straight 18. Peter Baird out there covering that one. East Burwood 5-3-33, leading South Croydon 3 straight 18. In Division 2, the Waverley Blues 3-1-19, leading Donvale 2-2-14. And we predicted a bit of a close match between Mulgrave and Mooroolbark. Hasn't eventuated. Mooroolbark 8-4-52, leading Mulgrave 1-8 at quarter time. So a pretty good start there for the Mustangs. Templestowe 2-3-15 are leading Baronia 2 points in the Division 3 clash out there. And Eastern Lions 2-2-14, trailing Sylvan 3-4-22, and the Ferntree Gully Eagles 2-6-18, leading Nunawading 1-1-7. Just got a score through from Montrose. Montrose, wow, 8-6-48, leading Doncaster 1 behind. Ooh. So a 47-point lead to Montrose. And
boys, I've got Scott Homewood here.
And let's cross down boundary side. Thanks to Akira Urgent Care. Artie.
Yeah, Scott, thanks for talking to me. You'd be reasonably happy with the start there, but what's the message for the boys going to the second quarter?
Oh, well, pressure was clearly the key to the first quarter, was creating some opportunities, and it's just basically continuing that pressure, and if not, taking it to a new level.
Thank you very much.
Good on you there, Scotty Homewood, with Artie Hall, thanks to Akira Urgent Care. Just got some more scores through. Won't like this one, BWS. Roeville 5-3-33, leading Doncaster East 1 behind.
Must be a win.
Must be. And one turner South 6-5-41, comfortably leading the Wild Horse Pioneers 3-1-19, 22 points the margin. I'll chime in throughout the quarter.
Great stuff, Ben Waterworth, around the grounds this afternoon. Let's cross down boundary side to Andy Paolici, thanks to Akira Urgent Care, who was over at the North Ringwood huddle.
Hey guys, yeah, Brett Moyle was incessant on basically saying, guys, you know, you've got to work harder around the ball, especially around centre half forward. They're breaking down there, guys. So they also said from the clearances, you know, lower your eyes, really hit those targets. They want 20 tackles for the quarter, guys. That's 20 tackles for the quarter. Back to you.
So starting off the second term here on EFL Gameday, Mitcham 6-3 leading North Ringwood 2-2. North Ringwood get the first clearance once again of the second term. Trying to push it forward, it just bounces out to the grandstand side wing. Players bounce off each other and see it over the boundary line and out of bounds.
Well, Bayswater making a statement. Bayswater 10-1-61 at quarter time to Upper Ferntree Gully 1-1-7.
Grant Campbell, some of the stats that matter from that first term, thanks to Choose Tap.
Clearances were 18-8 in favour of North Ringwood for that quarter. Centre clearances 8-1. Uncontested possessions 51-36 in favour of North Ringwood. Inside 50s were Mitcham's way 17-14, and they also had 9 spoils to 5.
So some great work done from Subi, thanks to Choose Tap, as North Ringwood go forward once again through Pardo. Wasn't seen and over the boundary line out of bounds. We'll just watch this run of play. We do have you our advanced break and clutch boundary rise. We'll go to you shortly. Pardo tried to kick it, was smothered as well, so too Canley, he was smothered. Round the body, Moyle put it on the boot and almost got Barrett on the line, but it's seen over the boundary line and over the goal line and through for one behind. The first score on the board for North Ringwood this second term, 2-3-15, trailing Mitcham 6-3-39 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Well, Artie Hall was down at the Mitcham huddle at quarter time, and he's going to tell us all about what Scott Homewood had to say. Thanks, Artie.
You'd think I would, but I heard next to nothing. He was whispering to his team. It's the pressure that he's on about, but it's interesting that the backs have played very well that quarter and still want to keep that pressure up amongst themselves. Just quickly, boys, the bench this quarter for Mitcham: Miller, Taylor, Law and Phillips.
Thank you, Artie. The clearing kick from North Ringwood went outside 50 and went out of bounds on the full, and now there's been a 25-metre penalty played. Daniel Sensick, did you see what happened there?
Not giving the ball back correctly was the case there.
So James Dean, from just inside the 45 arc, looked to put North Ringwood's third on the ball. On the board, I should say. He's a clever player. Distance shouldn't be a problem. The kick goes long to the top of the goal square. It's going to be fisted through, touched on the line, and we'll have a minor score added to the North Ringwood Bendigo Bank scoreboard. They are 2-4-16. It's a 23-point margin at Mitcham 6-3-39. Let's cross down boundary side thanks to Akira Urgent Care to Andy.
Hey guys, just on the bench for North Ringwood, it is Jason Harris. We've got Jason Sharp, Jared Castles, and Lincoln Decker.
Thanks to Akira Urgent Care. Boundary riders, ball back in play. North Ringwood trying to push it forward once again on that occasion. Whelan just couldn't quite get a hold on it. And it's seen just just pretty much about 40 metres out from the North Ringwood goal, right in front of the North Ringwood coaches' boxes here.
Wow, huge statement. Glen Waverley Hawks 6-2-38, leading Ringwood 4 behind.
Ooh, just letting the Redbacks know who's boss in Division 3. As Mitcham at the moment, they currently lead this one reasonably comfortably, you'd say, at the moment. But a free kick's been paid out by Fisher.
They did have that breeze in the first quarter, though.
Yeah, we'll get a real clear indication at half-time of exactly where both these sides are at. Fisher with a bounce, with an ugly kick up towards half-forward, nothing presenting. And Kelly, off the back of the pack, gets around one, manages to get his handball away, up towards the lanky ruckman in tuck, gets his kick inside forward 50 and manages to find Anthony Sharp, who has already kicked one this afternoon, can make it two and kick the North Ringwood's first of this second term.
Just a couple of other scores. The Basin by 38 points over Surrey Park. And in another game, in other Division 1 games, Lilydale by 3 points over East Ringwood and Blackburn by 9 points over Naval Park.
Sorry, Ben. Anthony Sharp sends it on its way and it makes the goal umpire work, as has been the case all afternoon. But kicks his second of the day, moves his side on to 3-4-22. Currently trailing this one by 17 points. Mitcham 6-3-39. 4 minutes gone. Bendigo Bank scoreboard. EFL Game Day brought to you by the EFL web app.
Interesting you mentioned Dyson Baker. This quarter we'll get a real indication of how good the sides are. As we see when Mitcham are kicking towards there and the Maroondah Highway, and the delivery's not so good, so that might have been North Ringwood's problem in the first quarter. And as we saw there, the delivery inside 50 and Anthony Sharp able to mark the footy, a clear indication of how handy that win can be.
Margin back to 17 points. Miller versus Tuck in the ruck. Tuck got the knockdown straight into the arms of Moyle, who banged it inside forward 50. That man Sharp got down low. Right on his hammer there was Glossop. They're working it okay though. North Ringwood, it comes into the arms of Sharp again. Winds around one. Uses a snap. He was put under a lot of pressure. Squeezes it in for a behind though. So on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, North Ringwood, well, they've been peppering in its first 4.5 minutes. 3 goals, 5-23. It's a 16-point margin. Mitcham 6-3-39.
2 goals, 2 now for Sharp. Obviously kicked the last goal and kicked it behind in the first term as well as a goal. So waiting for Johnson to kick it in. Just summing up his options. He's got Glossop wide, decides to go to the other side. True outer side here at Walker Park. And cutting off that ball was Morgan and seeing it over the boundary line right on the 45-metre arc. We'll cross over to Grant Campbell thanks to Choose-Tap.
Disposal count for the second quarter, 14-3 in favour of North Ringwood.
Gives you an indication of exactly where we're at in this second term with the Saints. So they try and work it forward once again. Nothing presenting. Tuck at the bottom of the pack, got his handball off, and they go inside forward 50. Sharp was the target, but it was cut off by his own teammate. Once again, Sharp again the target. The handball was cut off on that occasion. They try and work it to Whelan, who gives his handball off. His teammate was run into a lot of trouble through Quilty. Sorry, on that occasion it was Searle. And the ball's held up about 25 metres out from the North Ringwood goal.
It was Quilty.
Should have stuck with my first instincts. Tap down on this occasion, one by Mitcham as they try and clear it out. Out to the outer side wing. Love it when they go to that outer side, but it's cut off on that occasion by Melzer. Melzer's centre wing. Outer side for North Ringwood, just summing up his options. Got plenty of leads on. So decides to play on, kick towards the forward 50. Nothing really presenting, but running back with the flight of the ball was Barrett. And it takes a lovely mark, about 35 metres out on probably the toughest of angles here at Walker Park on that outer side scoreboard pocket. And this for his second of the afternoon. And sorry, his first of the afternoon, and his side's fourth of the day. So just lining himself up here. Be warned to take the mark. Comes in now, wrong side for a right footer, and he's made a fair adjust of it. He's just put it to the right hand side. Through for one behind, the 6 behind on the board for North Ringwood, 3-6-24. Mitcham 6-3-39, 7 minutes gone. Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Even though North Ringwood haven't kicked as many goals as they would have liked in this quarter so far, it's a bit of praise for them that they've been able to kick scores with so many Mitcham players in their half of the field.
Well, they've definitely started well. They've just got to find the big sticks. It's a difficult breeze. The kicking was terrible. Terrible pass there by Johnson, chopped off by Jason Harris, who cut across in the right spot, and he'll have a shot for goal 35 metres out. And I think he might just be able to put this one through. As we said, they have been peppering. He hasn't kicked a goal yet this afternoon, but Jason Harris will look to ignite North Ringwood's challenge to get back into this game. Currently trail by 15 points. They can make that 9 if this kick goes true. Jason Harris comes in, awkward looking kicking style, but uses the breeze magnificently straight over the goal umpire's head it goes. And have a look at the North Ringwood boys get amongst it too. They are fired up in this second term on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard at the 8-minute mark. North Ringwood now moved to 4 goals, 6-30. 9 points they trail Mitcham 6-3-39 as we cross to Grant Campbell thanks to Choose Tab.
Inside 50s this quarter, 7-0 in favour of North Ringwood. They only had 1 mark inside 50 in the first quarter. In 8 minutes, they've already had 3 in the second quarter.
Interesting to see, boys, that the winds also dropped, so North Ringwood really getting themselves into the game.
Ball back in the middle once again. 0-all draw, and Mitcham try to work it away from the bounce. Nothing presenting on that occasion. Good work from Law to put his body in the line. And it gets tackled straight in the middle of the cricket pitch. We're almost getting that ready as we tick towards springtime in the east. And before that, finals time, Choose Tab finals time here in the Eastern Football League. Petrarca off the bottom of the pack. This could work for Mitcham, but it's cut off on that occasion once again. North Ringwood just a pack of players around the ball at the moment. And Mitcham really unable to start anything so far down Sensic in this second term.
No, they haven't. North Ringwood have been able to correct up their attack on the footy after in the first quarter. It seemed like Mitcham just wanted it more.
So pretty much a 0-all draw once again, as working back with the flight of the ball was Searle on that occasion. Bouncing ball only found Dean for North Ringwood on half-back, just kicks it up towards centre wing, and he finds Law, who goes inside forward 50. Nothing presenting, so just a little bit of kick-to-kick, and North Ringwood end up becoming the recipients once again through Harbeck, who decides to go short, finds a team out on half-back, and they can work it out now. Good work from Sharp, finds space, manages to find a teammate and tuck on half-forward. He gives his handball, puts his teammate under a lot of pressure, and just stood there. So Mitcham will get the ball back across half-back with a nice tackle from Lucas Marrow. So Marrow, half-back for Mitcham. They currently lead this one 6-3, plays 4-6. Up towards half-forward, nothing presenting from the kick. Sitting at the back of the pack there was Melzer, who's been good so far. And a free kick's been paid out. It'll go the way of the Saints and will be Melzer. So just summing up his options, decides to go towards the centre of the ground. Umpire didn't pay the mark. Called the play on now, and a series of handballs finds the coach, Moyle, on the grandstand side. True centre of the ground as he goes towards the forward 50 arc. 4-on-1, Mitcham 1 out on this occasion. Law running back, he will just looking for the courtesy of the boundary. Can't quite find it, right in front of the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Umpire just letting play run a little bit. North Ringwood have managed to get the gathering ball, nothing presenting. And a mark just out of the bottom. I reckon it was about 4th player down. And Jason Sharp has taken a mark and can line up for North Ringwood's second of the quarter.
They're playing high-risk, high-reward footy at the moment, North Ringwood, and they're finding themselves at that half-back flank. They keep on switching into the middle, which is very dangerous if the ball gets turned over.
So Sharp, from probably the easiest of angles, just sprays it across to the right-hand side enough and hits the woodwork and moves his side on to 7-31. Mitcham 6-3-39. 10 minutes gone. Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Ben Waterworth.
Templestowe by 13 points over Boronia. Churnside Park by 7 over Warrandyte. Glen-Waverley Hawks by 34 over Ringwood. Wanturna South by 22 over the Wildest Pioneers. And Heathmont by 20 over Coldstream. The Basin by 38 over Surrey Park. Sylvan by 8 over the Eastern Lions. And the Ferntree Gully Eagles by 11 over Nunawading.
Well, Mitcham have moved this ball right up to centre wing now. Free kick's been paid to the Tigers. So still yet to kick a goal in this second term. Mitcham, we've gone 11.5 minutes.
Yet to score.
Yet to score. Thanks, Dice. As a kick, long kick it is too, inside forward 50. Harbeck came over the back of the pack. Spills out there. Little toe poke there by Ryan Bell. And hands and knees, the Saints have the numbers. Scooped on there by Stephen Smith. Kicks it to the top of the goal square, but Melzer's in position A. Handballs over the top now to Wood. Goes back to Melzer. It needs to squeeze a kick out. It needs to hit a target too. Whelan just overran the ball. It just didn't quickly get him. Still across that 45 metre zone. Marrow over the top, just making sure that the umpire's going to come in and have a bounce. Right near the Mitcham bench. They still lead this game. 8 points is the margin. The Tigers' way. North Ringwood have the breeze. 12 minutes gone.
Just quickly, BWS. Bayswater by 54 points over Upper Gully. Rowville by 32 over Doncaster East. Waverley Blues by 5 over Donvale. Montrose by 47 over Doncaster. And Mooroolbark by 45 over Mulgrave.
Denelson trapped the football and it goes over for another stoppage if you've got some more.
Certainly do. All Division 1 scores. Norwood by 4 over Croydon. Baldwin by 5 over Scoresby, but Frosty tells me that they've extended that. Knox by 12 over Vermont. East Burwood by 15 over South Croydon. Lilydale by 3 over East Ringwood. And Blackburn by 9 over Noble Park.
North Ringwood not wanting to give an inch across the half-back line. Sharp got the handball back to Melzer. Gave it back to Sharp. They're just trying to get a clearing possession here. The Saints, they're going to get it now. Handball from Candler. Went backwards to Moyle. Moyle's target now is Allison. Kick wasn't too crash shot over the boundary line. It goes out of bounds.
Here's what they've been really good all afternoon, Mitcham, across that half-forward line. Be able to affect a spoil to the North Ringwood men and really put them under pressure.
Well, Decker went up unattended. The Mitcham Smalls waited for the ball, and now the ball scoops out to Sharp for North Ringwood. Kick inside forward 50 into absolutely no man's land. And they're going to clear. Cameron Taylor takes a good mark. Got plenty of room to move. Kick up towards the wing position. Going up and taking a beautiful mark. Daniel Johnson just gripped it. Been watching the basketball in the US. Moves it into the middle of the ground now. Finds Quilty. She's waiting for some support. It's going to run up now. Whitnish. Short. Through the middle, the skills have to be spot on here. Harbeck, the captain for the Saints, put on a lot of pressure, but they're going to be lucky enough, Mitcham, to get out of this one and kick it inside forward 50 to the top of the goal square. It's a one-on-one situation. Godfrey had the front spot. At the fall, the ball that went through Melz's hands. Still there's Marrows. Got it out. Oh, good play there. To put his body on the line was Harris. They're moving it okay. Got it to Morgan. Streaming out now the Saints. The kick goes up towards the half-forward line. Whelan's intended. He was the smallest man there, but had to put up a contest, and he did just that. Coming down to Whitney. He's got the handball away. It's again the Tigers through the middle of the ground. Going to keep the ball running. The kick goes inside forward 50. Finally. Left all alone and taking a good mark down there in the forward pocket. So about 25 metres out from goal. Anthony Faulkner getting a lot of love from the guys in the commentary box this afternoon. Not. And Faulkner. We're coming in to kick Mitcham's 7th goal. As we've said, they haven't kicked a score this quarter. This is an important kick. 40 metres out from goal. Comes in now. It pushes it in the end to the left-hand side. He rode it for a very long way, but finally the wind accorded. Minor score is the result. That's Mitcham's 4th. They move on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard to 6-4-40. North Ringwood 4-7-31.
Amazing score at quarter time. Forest Hill 6-1-31, leading South Belgrave 1-3-9.
Puzzling. Mitcham got the turnover. They go inside forward 50 through Julian Petrarca. They'll find a marking target once again. So after struggling to find an option, they managed to find 2 in the space of a couple of minutes, and Steve Smith can line up for his first of the afternoon. So just being lined up by the umpire. He'll kick from about 30, 35. Not really much of an angle, but we saw exactly what can happen with Faulkner's kick just moments ago. Left footer though, just works it back to the left-hand side. He's worked it back very nicely. Not enough on that occasion though, and through for one behind. So another blemish on the scoreboard for Mitcham. They move on to 6-5-41, leading this one by 10 points on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. North Ringwood 4-7-31, 16 minutes gone, second turf.
In a final game in Division 4 that I've just got through, Kilsyth 3-5-31, leading Park Orchards 3-3-21.
Oh, the ball was scooped up by Van Union. The umpire did see it out on that far side of the ground. A free kick will go to Mitcham. They'll look to reload the last couple of minutes. They've been looking okay. Like North Ringwood at the start of this quarter, just struggling to find the big sticks. Been very close on their last 2 attempts. So the ball for Mitcham. They finally take possession, kick inside forward 50. Dropped there by Harbeck. They're going to get the clearing ball. The Saints into the middle of the ground. It didn't bounce favourably for Tucky. Johnson came in for the Tigers, got the handball away. It was okay. There's a lot of players that are following the ball everywhere it goes today out here at Walker Park. The umpire's going to come in and bounce it as we go to Grant Campbell, thanks to Choose Tap.
Inside 50 starting to even up for the quarter, 9-6 in North Ringwood's favour. The handball count 22-10 in favour of North Ringwood.
So Miller versus Tucker came down into the arms of Denelson. He had the run of, that was Denelson. He copped one on the shoulder, got it from Melzer, kick up towards the Barrett direction. The umpire's going to pay downfield or a free kick against North Ringwood.
Holding the man.
Kick.
So holding the man. Free kick will go to Quilty. The three-quarter sleeves this afternoon. Short passes on. Both sides using that outer side a little bit this afternoon. It's definitely the less patchy of the two wings. Van Noonan, he's been quiet for the Saints, but had a couple of touches in the last few minutes. Squeezes a kick out to Denelson. That was good. Had the run of Melzer inside forward 50. It was intended for Barrett, but playing a good game is Daniel Johnson, and he filled the hole. Took a good mark. They've got players spread wide. Oh, that was an absolute bullet of a pass into the middle of the ground. Charging out and taking it was Ben Lord. Wants to move the ball on quickly towards a half-forward line. Decker got a fist on it. Denelson on hands and knees, needed support. Got it to Decker. Nearly knocked Dwayne Kelly out with his handball. The ball rushes over the boundary line, unseen over by Jason Sharp, and we'll have a boundary throw-in. Lucas Marrow is in there also.
In other scores around the league, the Basin by 38 points over Surrey Park, Sylvan by 8 over the Eastern Lions, Ferntree Gully by 11 over Nunawading, Kilsyth by 7 over Park Orchards, and Forest Hill at quarter time by 22 over South Belgrave.
Tell you what, this man's standing up. He's taken another mark. James Quilty across half back. Have to be close to best player on the ground at the moment, or Narellan best player on the ground.
Well, you mozzed him because he put his teammate under a lot of pressure, and he got it back on the 1-2 and then kicked it inside forward 50. But Jason Sharp now for the Saints. He has time. He squeezes a kick out wide. Todd Morgan, it has to sit up for him. It does so. He kicks it up towards the Sharp direction. He has a lot of time out there, Anthony Sharp, so he picks it up now. In fact, it's James Dean. He goes into towards the middle of the ground. Good running down by Harris. Snapped it around the body, intended for Van Noonan. He put his body on the line. Good play by Fisher also. Scooping up on it was Law, got the handball back. They're going to go across the face of goal now. Aaron Miller takes it in the back pocket. Players leading up. Smith was there. He might use him. He does so now. The kick was short, but he goes to the trusty hands of Daniel Johnson. Still in that back pocket for Mitcham. Spread it out to Warren. It's been good, Lee Warren, in this game so far. Kick goes now into the middle of the ground for Mitcham. They're waiting for players to stream through. It was Quilty getting the 1-2, and then he goes out wide. They need to stop the play. He goes for the 1-3. Quilty, what a great run that was, but he was tackled, and he absolutely spilled it. Good spoil then even from Tigers. Kick it inside forward 50. Marrow in the front spot, 25 metres out. That was a good bit of play. Good pressure by both sides to make it a hotly contested football down.
Yeah, it just shows you how important the 1%ers in footy are. That intercepted ball there could turn the game before half-time, and Mitcham will see themselves going at half-time with a lot of confidence.
So Lucas Marrow's already kicked one goal this afternoon. This is a very important kick for Mitcham. Goalless in this second term, but that could all change now as Lucas Marrow puts it straight through the middle and puts his second on the board, and Mitcham 7th on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. They scoot along to 7 goals 5, 47. It's back out to 16 points. North Ringwood 4-7, 31, 21 minutes gone.
Just a bit of an opportunity taken there as the wind dropped momentarily, but it's started up again going across the ground to the outer side. But a fantastic goal there for the Tigers. They find themselves now 16 points in front. They want to hold on to the footy a bit in this last 5-10 minutes of the quarter, just to ensure North Ringwood don't get a roll on before half-time going into the third quarter.
First goal in 25 minutes of play. They last scored a goal at the 26-minute mark of that first term. It was Whitnish with the long goal, of course, to the Maroona Highway end. The other end, as the man that I was just speaking about, Whitnish, gets the clearance for Mitcham up towards the forward 50, but a mark taken defensively by North Ringwood, and they'll try to work it out once again.
Harris
coming towards the commentary side, found Wood. Just slows up play and sums up his options. Into the centre of the ground, a bit dangerous kick once it lands. Mitcham plenty of numbers around the contest. Now it's a foot race towards centre wing. Commentary side, good work off the back of the pack there with Stevens. Got his handball away. It was dispossessed though. Whelan put his head over it, couldn't quite get it away. So too Whitnish got his handball. Now a chance for North Ringwood to clear. Chucky Pardo, his handball was smothered. Whelan picks up, finally gets the kick away, and they find about 15 metres of space. And about 60 metres out from the North Ringwood goal, we'll have a boundary throw-in.
Free kick to Mitcham. North Ringwood for a punch off the ball.
Sucked in a little bit. Mitcham as North Ringwood go inside forward 50. And as a little bit of feeling creeps into this game towards half-time, this will be a crucial kick coming from Anthony Sharp.
It's a good bit of play there by Jason Sharp to find his brother. It was a bit of a floating kick, but when you've got the front spot, the ball's going to drop in your arm. So we've already seen him slot one from about this position, so you'd fancy him from here.
This is a massive goal for North Ringwood if they can kick it. Sharp for his third of the afternoon, sets it to the left-hand side, but the goal umpire was happy with it, moves it on to 8-5-50. Sorry, reading the wrong score out. 5-7-37 North Ringwood. Mitcham 7-5-47. 22 minutes gone. Bendigo Bank scoreboard nearing half-time in this one.
The attack of both sides on the footy and that bit of play particularly was absolutely outstanding. Whenever a Mitcham player gets the footy, there's always about 5 or so North Ringwood men to pressure the ball carrier, but Mitcham are always rising above there, but great opportunity there by Sharp.
Texting your scores this afternoon on 0419 654 082. We've had one through from Quando saying Park Orchards halfway through the second quarter are up by 3 goals against Kilsyth. So he celebrated the Doggies' victory. Now he's going down to watch if Kilsyth can do it this afternoon. Petrarca took it out of the middle, got it onto Whitnish. The Tigers are going to get the clearance. Soupy as the ball goes up towards the half-forward line. It got caught up in the breeze, bouncing over the boundary line it goes. Let's go to Grant Campbell thanks to Choose Tap.
Mitcham doing much better in the centre clearances, winning that now 3-2. Around the grounds though, it's 7-2 in favour of North Ringwood.
The umpire throws it in, going up is Phillips. Got a handle on it. Ball comes down now, Whitnish, got gang tackled, handball over the top to Petrarca. They might pay advantage played here, they have. Taylor goes inside forward 50, who's going to have the front spot? Oh, it's going to be Melza, hasn't he been absolutely super? Bangs it on the boot, kicks it up towards the wing position. In position A was Dina, had to sit up for him and it did. Runs in through the middle of the ground, kicks it to the true centre half forward position. Going up there, putting his body on the line, Ben Lord just trying to trap it. There was 3 Saints on his hammer. Barrett probably had a good go of it too, so North Ringwood 50 metres out from goal. Barrett got that knocked down and went straight to Moyle out of the pack. What a kick by Brett Moyle! Super play at the stoppages. The captain, well, the coach indeed, he puts through a very important goal for the North Ringwood Football Club, and now they are within a goal. 6-7-43. It's only a 4-point margin. Daniel Sensick 7-5-47 Mitcham.
Yeah, when the Tigers drew out to that 16-point lead, I said they just had to hold on to the footy until half-time came, but North Ringwood's credit, they've hit back really well, taking their opportunities, and the coach there, fantastic work with Snapshot, one of the goals I've seen, one of the best goals of the day so far.
So waiting for play to resume once again. Can't be too much longer before half-time. We went 28 minutes in the first quarter. We've gone almost 25 in the second. Mitcham try to get the clearance away. They'll have the numbers behind play as Quilty, nice handball, dishes it out on that occasion to Warren, who goes up towards centre half forward, nothing presenting and cutting off across. Possibly the best man on the ground at the moment, Maxi Melzer. Kicks to the outer side. They're just slowly chipping it around at the moment. But cut off once again by Johnson. He works his way through the pack, gets the handball into a dangerous position, gets it back though, put his body on the line inside forward 50, nothing presenting though. Marrow picks it up, snaps around one, bouncing ball inside forward 50 for Mitcham. Slowly trying to work it out, North Ringwood, nothing presenting. And an ugly kick will find Allison in a dangerous position. But boundary beats all comers right in front of the Mitcham coach's box.
Dyson, you mentioned Melza been one of the best on the ground so far this afternoon. I'd agree with that. He's been solid for North Ringwood down back.
Under a lot of pressure, both back lines. A lot of attack at the moment. Throw came off the back of the pack from Petrarca. Whitnish got the kick up towards half forward. Still trying to push it forward, both these sides. Marrow, handball was a little bit too hot to handle, and North Ringwood to clear out once again. Moyle, the target, takes a nice strong mark out in front of Petrarca. So across half back, 60 metres from the defensive goal, up towards the centre of the ground. Tuck was the target, couldn't mark it, sees it over the boundary line. Half time here at Walker Park in Mitcham. Mitcham 7-5-47. North Ringwood on the attack here, 6-7-43.
Well, this is why we came out here, isn't it? What a game we are seeing take part out here at Walker Park. Get down here, there's still plenty of time. Mother Nature has been kind. It's a 4-point ball game. We're going to go back and have our second break for the afternoon. Back to the studios with Peter MacArthur, because after the break we've got an Around the Grounds port with Brad Henderson, who is out at the big clash at Ringwood, and of course Ben Waterworth with all the Around the Grounds scores from Divisions 4, 3, 2 and 1 right here on EFL Game Day.
G'day. Join Russ, Norm and Dan each week on Thursday around noon for an entertaining mix of music, interviews, community information and a smile or two. Tune in 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. for Thursday around noon with the gang of 3, Russ Reid, Norm Wright and Dan the pole climber.
Thanks, Russ, and the fellas. Radio Eastern 98.1. It's half time. We've got some scores from the AFL last night. If you missed the match, West Coast defeated Geelong by 5 points. West Coast 16-6-102 defeated Geelong 15-7-97. Today's match at Adelaide are playing Fremantle in the second quarter. Adelaide 4-5-29 leading Fremantle 3-3-21. And in the other match underway at the 28-minute mark in the second quarter, St Kilda 5-5-35 leading Melbourne 2-7-19. Sudden fever, aching body, sore throat, chills, nausea, headache, dizziness. It sounds like you need medical assistance and urgently. It's difficult getting an immediate appointment with your GP when you need care fast. So, come to Ikira Urgent Care, where you don't need an appointment and you won't have to wait. And they're Australia's first walk-in medical and emergency clinic. Walk in at 157 Scoresby Road, Baronia, or call them on this number 9839 3333. That's 9839 3333. Ikira Urgent Care. Your health, your destiny.
20% makes a lot of difference. Imagine your team kicking 20% less goals and being 20% behind on the scoreboard. Actually, it's not. Now, imagine using a Breeze Tag account on Eastlink and getting a 20% discount on all weekend car trips. No need to imagine, it's for real. Open your account online at eastlink.com.au and get 20% off car trips all weekend, every weekend on Eastlink. Now, let's give my mate Ross 20% more stick for being 4 goals behind. Hey, Roscoe! Eastlink, it's time better spent, like at the footy.
In desperate need of some windows but your budget's too tight? Never fear, because the team at T&B Window Warehouse has the right solution for you. We have surplus windows to suit the needs of any budget. We're located at 120 to 124 Bayfield Road East, Bayswater North. Give us a call, 8727 7506. That's 8727 7506. T&B Window Warehouse. Don't forget the name, part of the EAL and AW Transport Group. Number 1 in Window Transport. Program sponsor.
EFL Saturday Game Day continues. Let's head back and go local for your footy.
Great game we've got going on out here at Walker Park. It is Mitcham 7-5-45 leading North Ringwood 6-7-43 in an absolute beauty of a contest. 2 points is the margin. Looking forward to bringing you the second half action right here on EFL Game Day, all thanks to the EFL mobile web app. Let's look at some other scores from around the Eastern Football League. And Norwood are only leading by 6 points at half-time. It is Norwood 4-7-31 to Croydon 4-1-25. And we're just getting a score from East Burwood through at the moment. I'll bring that to you in a tick. The Waverley Blues 4-3-27 are leading Donvale 3-4-22. And Mulgrave 3-3-21 trailing Mooralbark 9-6-60. And thanks Annabelle. East Burwood 9-4-58 leading South Croydon 5-2-32. Out there at East Ringwood, it is a good contest. East Ringwood are 3-8-26 leading Lilydale 4-24. In Division 4, the Eastern Lions 5-4-34 are trailing Sylvan 7-5-47. Ventry Gully Eagles by 31 points over Nunawading and Mitcham by 2 points here. But let's find out what's happening around the world in the news. And while Clint's still over in London, just lapping up the Olympic Games at the moment, but we've got a very, very able replacement in Corey Norris. Good afternoon to you, Corey.
Yeah, good afternoon. How are you?
We're doing okay, mate. We're doing okay. Plenty of AFL games going on around the league at the moment. What's going on there?
Well, I'm keeping an eye on the St Kilda Melbourne game, and it's an absolute belter at the moment. St Kilda, look, was a 4-goal lead at quarter time, but Melbourne have hit back now. But the big news to come out of this game is a knee injury to St Kilda skipper Nick Revolt. Now, it didn't look good. It happened sort of halfway through the first quarter. He went for a mark, and his right leg slipped out from underneath him as he tried to pick up a low ball, and it hyperextended, and he was carried from the ground in a lot of pain. Now, it doesn't look good. He was carried from the ground. He was obviously in a lot of pain, and has now left the MCG to go and get scans, and there's fears that it may be a pretty sinister diagnosis there for Nick Revold. So not what the Saints need as they try and keep their finals hopes alive.
So from looking at it firsthand, Corey, do you think it could be quite long term?
Well, just from the pain, it's hard to tell because he did return to the bench wearing obviously the red vest, and he came back with crutches. He didn't have ice on the knee, which sort of has people a little bit perplexed as to just what damage he's done. But the fact that he has taken off the scans, it has a lot of people thinking that it may be the worst.
All right, Corey, what else is happening around the world in terms of news?
Yeah, we've got amazing pictures of the construction workers' lucky escape after becoming trapped in the ditch at Pakenham. Now, also 4,000 jobs at risk as a pay dispute at a car parts manufacturer intensifies. We'll have all of the latest on that story. A woman survives a spectacular crash at Flemington. Some pics there of that. That's quite amazing. And look, Australia bags more Olympic gold in the sailing, this time in the men's 470 class. Just fantastic stuff. But on the flip side, a real disappointment for Steve Hooker. He failed to defend his pole vault title. So plenty of stories, 9 News at 6 tonight.
Corey, are you inspired to go out and get onto the 470 and go out to Port Phillip Bay and start sailing after all this gold for Australia?
It's amazing, isn't it? I think it's really put the sport in the spotlight. Didn't know a lot about sailing, I must admit, before the Olympics, but I've certainly taken a keen interest in our success, and it's one of those sports you sort of have to, it's of course it's reliant on the weather, of course, but it's a fair bit of skill, I'm told, involved in sailing, and we've certainly shown the world that we know how to do it better than the rest.
Yeah, Australians doing very well at the Olympic Games. Nice to know we've got around 7 gold medals now. Thanks, Corey. We look forward to your work at 6 p.m. tonight.
No worries, fellas.
Corey Norris there from 9 News. You can see him tonight reading the sport at 6 p.m. and of course after the 6 p.m. news, make sure you get around the Olympic Games coverage. The second last night, I think it is, in the Olympics tonight. It's been fantastic work by Channel 9, our principal sponsor here at the Eastern Football League. I've got some more scores around the ground, so just go through them now. Morewood are up by 6 points over Croydon at half-time. East Burwood are up by 26 points over South Croydon at half-time. East Ringwood by 2 points over Lilydale, I should say, at half-time. Bayswater by 38 points over Upper Ferntree Gully. Bayswater kicked 10 goals to 1 in the first term, but Upper Ferntree Gully kicked 3 goals to nothing in the second term. Donvale trailing by 5 points over the Waverley Blues. They need to lift their game there to the Vales. Montrose 12-10-82 are thrashing Doncaster by 75 points at half-time. Mooroolbark 39 points in front of Mulgrave at half-time as well. In Division 3 here at Walker Park, it's obviously Mitcham by 2 points over North Ringwood. Montana South have kicked away in the third term. They lead by 39 points over the Whitehorse Pioneers. In Division 4, it's Sylvan by 13 points over the Eastern Lions. Ferntree Gully Eagles by 31 points over Nunawading. Park Orchards by 11 points over Kilsyth. But the game that has got me the most perplexed at the moment is the Glen Waverley Hawks and Ringwood scoreline. Brad Henderson is out there covering this game for us. Good afternoon to you, Bradley. What the heck is going on out at Jubilee Park?
Good afternoon to you as well, Ben. And yeah, that scoreline is indeed correct. If the scoreline you've got is 6 goals, 39 to 5 behind at half-time, that is indeed 100% the case. And I guess what's even more amazing is that in that second quarter, neither side was able to kick a goal. I think that was really a product of the fact that Ringwood, I think they figured that their best way to get back into this game was first they had to sort of stem the tide, stop the bleeding, and they did I must say they did a very good job of that in that second quarter to hold Glen Waverley goalless.
It's quite a phenomenal scoreline, Brad, because when you think of Jubilee Park, you think of a big open ground, fast-flowing play, a pretty big scoreline. But for both sides to be kept goalless during one quarter of football is quite remarkable.
It is. I mean, it's very muddy today, so that idea of a sort of free-flowing fast deck for a game of football to be played on isn't really the case today. It's very muddy, especially on the wings, and yeah, particularly heavy to certain parts of the ground, and really Glen Waverley sort of belied the conditions in the first quarter with their use of the ball and their skill level, as always, very high. Ringwood they've been working hard, but gee, they've butchered the footy today. They've fumbled a lot, made a lot of mistakes, sort of dropped simple marks. Even a player like Trent Farmer, who I know Ben, you've got pretty high opinion of, and there's certainly big raps on him. But even he today sort of dropped a couple of really basic marks, simple chest marks, which he's fumbled, and the Ringwood coach's box, which is sort of situated just behind where I'm sitting, there's been plenty of fury coming out of that box, and a lot of pounding on the desk going on behind me. It's certainly been a frustrating day for the Redbacks. As far as Glen Waverley are concerned, in that first quarter they did kick 6 goals, 2 to 4 behinds, and Matt Carnelli, he's playing forward today. He's obviously he's been shifted all around the place this year, but he is forward today and he's kicked 2 goals. And Danny Gray also kicked 2 goals in that first quarter, and a good battle going on between Bia Tutu for the Hawks and James Katsiavos for Ringwood. But to this stage, Katsiavos really hasn't had a sniff of it, and it's fair to say there hasn't been much supply coming in for him either.
That's quite. So Tutu's playing a key defensive role on Katsiavos today. Yeah,
indeed. That's the matchup, and Trent Farmer for Ringwood has sort of played further up the field. Like he hasn't been deep in the forward line, but Katsiavos has been playing pretty much out of the goal square, and it's fair to say he's been starved of opportunities. And Fia Tutu hasn't had to do too much, but when he has been required to get involved, he's certainly looked good doing so. And there's a number of prime movers for the Hawks who have been in sparkling form today, and none better than Darren Dewar, who every time I see Glen Waverley play and he's on the park, he's usually just about best on ground, and I'd say that would be the case again today, along with the Walkers. Clint and Corey have both been in everything, and so too has Sam Zickman and David Lang. They've had a number of really key movers today who are finding heaps of the footy.
Good on you, Brad. We'll look forward to your report around 5:20 tonight. We'll catch up then.
No worries, Ben. Look forward to it.
Good on you there. Brad Henderson with the game out at Ringwood and Glen Waverley Hawks, with the Hawks leading by 34 points. Let's take a quick break here on EFL Game Day. Pete, we've only got time for a couple of ads as North Ringwood are back out in the field and the umpires are back out as well. We'll come back with second half action right here on EFL Game Day.
Thanks, Ben. Radio Eastern 98.1. What do you do when you have a medical emergency? Public emergency departments do a great job, but they're always busy and often have long waiting times. Private hospitals charge you $280 and more for additional services. But at Ikira Urgent Care, there's no waiting, and you'll only pay a maximum of $150 out of pocket, which includes other diagnostic services you may need. So which option should you choose? Ikira Urgent Care, Australia's first walk-in and emergency clinic. Walk in at 157 Scoresby Road, Boronia, or call them on 9839 3333. 9839 3333. Ikira Urgent Care, your health and your destiny. Let's take you back to the boys at the footy.
Good on you, Peter MacArthur. Thank you very much for that. Ikira Urgent Care doing a fantastic job. Darren McKenzie's young man was in and out of Akira Urgent Care within 37 minutes. Unbelievable stuff. So good work from the guys down at Akira. I do appreciate their sponsorship. Quickly run through the scores. All scores in Division 1. Norwood by 6 points over Croydon. Baldwin by 12 points over Scoresby. Vermont by 27 points over Knox. East Burwood by 26 points over South Croydon. East Ringwood by 2 points over Lilydale. And Blackburn are holding a 3-point lead over Noble Park at the moment. Bayswater by 38 points over Upper Ferntree Gully. Rowville by 47 points over Doncaster East. Waverley Blues by 5 points over Donvale. Montrose by 75 points over Doncaster. And Murrelbach by 39 points over Mulgrave. Quickly in Division 3, Boronia by 2 over Templestowe. Glen Waverley Hawks by 34 over Ringwood. Wantirna South by 39 over the Wilders Pioneers, and Heathmont only by 9 points over Coldstream. In Division 4, Sylvan by 13 points over the Eastern Lions. Ferntree Gully Eagles by 31 points over Nunawading. Park Orchards by 11 points over Kilsyth, and South Belgrave by 29 points over Forest Hill. I'll bring you up to date with the Surrey Park and Warrandyte scores as soon as we get them. But that is all the divisions done and dusted, Dyson.
Thank you very much, Ben Waterworth. Daniel Sensick, with a 4-point margin at halftime, is your tip changed at all for this afternoon's game?
No, not at all. North Ringwood are a very good side, but to Mitcham's credit, they've been able to weather the storm and everything like that. But look, really costly 3 goals for Mitcham to cough up in that last few minutes of the second quarter, just before half time. I mean, they led by as much as 16 points early on in that quarter, and all the momentum looked to be with the Tigers at that moment. But credit to North Ringwood, they've clawed their way back to within a goal, and it'll be interesting to see who kicks the first goal of this third term, because I think it'll be a really big momentum shifter.
If you just joined us, where have you been all afternoon? It was Mitcham by 25 points after kicking 6 goals to 2 in the first term at quarter time. North Ringwood worked their way back. They had all the Scots. They kicked 4 goals 5 during that second term to just 1 goal 2 for Mitcham. They currently trail the Tigers by 4 points. So the score at half time, 7-5-47, North Ringwood 6-7-43. So we get underway for the second half here on EFL Game Day. Good work from Mitcham. They get the first use of it in this second half. Off the hands, Petrarca found nothing really as he tried to get his handball away. Sharp will be the man to collect it here if he can use it cleanly. They're away. They are through Moyle. Gives his handball off to the running Kelly. Inside forward 50 for the first time for the Saints. Can't quite find its target. Ball spills out. Pardo picked up. Was dispossessed very, very quickly. The Mitcham defence doing all the work in this first 30 seconds. Snap around the body came from Pardo. Nothing working, but he's managed just to find a target. And it looks like big Joshy Barrett coming out from the goal square and did a kick from the slightest of angles from 10 metres out.
He's been playing well, Josh Barrett, hasn't he? He's been holding the front spot. He's had quite a number of opportunities to kick a score.
No better opportunity than this one.
Exactly who they needed to present, and makes no mistake. It was a very ugly rubber kick, but it was close enough to make it count. And North Ringwood have hit the lead for the first time since very early on in this match. 7-7-49 the Saints. The Tigers 7-5-47. 1 minute gone. Bendigo Bank scoreboard. EFL Game Day thanks to the EFL web app. Cross boundary side thanks to Akira Urgent Care.
Yeah, thanks, boys. Look, ground conditions are exactly the same as we started the game. Light rain, that wind changes a little bit, but it's pretty much blowing straight down the ground. And on the bench for Mitcham in the start of the third quarter, Miller, Taylor, Law and Phillips.
And guys, for North Ringwood, it is Harris, Pardo, Ellison and Lincoln Decker.
Thanks, boys. Riding the boundary this afternoon. Close match on our hands out here. North Ringwood got the first goal there against the breeze here in this third term. It comes out towards the Kelly direction, pushing across the half-forward line for Mitcham. The ball scrambles itself inside forward 50. The kick goes on towards the goals, goes out of bounds on the full. Still plays into this third quarter, still trying to judge that breeze. It seems like it is quite difficult out there.
Continues to pick up and drop off every so often, the breeze, so I'm not sure it's such an indicator of a side's performance.
So North Ringwood, kick goes out of the danger zone. It was intended for Tuck. Over the top, Miller got a fist on it. Kelly's in there too. The boundary line beats all players, and we'll have a boundary throw in right in front of the North Ringwood faithful and the bench. They currently lead by 2 points, the Saints. They've just hit the lead for the first time of the day. Tuck got it straight down to Moyle, banged it on his boot up towards the wing position, using his skills there was sharp, but he tried to be a little bit too clever. Couldn't find Van Noonen on the run. Ball still on centre wing, and we'll have a bounce. So 2.5 minutes gone here. Julian Petrarca at the bottom of that pack. High throws it up now. It was Miller that got that one down, but went straight into the arms of Candler, who got it onto Moyle. His kick was terrible across the half-forward line and chopped off by Daniel Johnson. He's having some sort of a game this afternoon, a driving kick up towards the Bachelor direction. He had the front spot, and he's going to wait and try and receive the handball now. Went through his legs. Mitcham go inside forward 50 now, 25 metres out from goal. Good tackle there by Castles. A quick snap on the goals. What a terrific kick. Lucas Marrow. Great bit of roving there by Lucas Marrow. That's his third for the afternoon, and Mitcham, they get the quick reply that they were after for, Dan.
Two of Lucas Marrow's goals for the afternoon have been very opportunistic ones, and he's been able to take his opportunity when it's come, and they've come at really important times as well. This one's come when the Mitcham have found themselves behind on the scoreboard and need to pick up momentum.
One at the 16-minute mark of the first term, one at the 20-minute mark of the second term, one at the 3.5-minute mark of the third term for Lucas Marrow. Two of those coming from, as you said, Dan, snapshots. We're back in the middle now with the Tigers leading this one by 4 points. They'll get the clearance once again through a series of handballs. Cruelty to Petrarca. Now going towards the forward 50. Looking for Marrow again. Can't quite take the mark. Law was there. Marrow round the body. 2 in a minute. Can he do it? Bouncing ball. Goal! Mitcham. Fantastic work. 9-5-59. They're opening this one up very quickly. North Ringwood 7-7-49. 4 minutes gone in the third term. EFL Game Day action on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Doing it very nicely, a 10-point lead to the Tigers.
He's just explosive, isn't he, Lucas Marrow? And you'd be sticking a tag on him at this point in time, because if he gets himself in space at a loose ball, you'd back him to kick the goal 9 times out of 10, and that's exactly what he's done again. So a bit of breathing space for the Tigers now as they find themselves 10 points in front. Great call by
Dyson Baker as Lucas Marrow puts his fourth through on the board. They need to shut him down. And the super player already for the Tigers. Umpire now in the middle. Miller versus Tuck. We'll give that one to Tucky Soupy in the arms of Dwayne Kelly. He's wrapped up in a tackle. We'll have a bounce. Julian Petrarca getting into this game. He's a tough nut around the ball. The umpire throws it up, wasting no time. Miller got that knocked down. That was okay. Jason Sharp kicks it up towards the half-forward line. Barrett was out in front. And in fact, no, it was Castles. They're across the half-forward line. Moyle wanted to keep the ball moving on and went straight through the legs there of James Candler. They've still got the numbers there across the half-back line for Mitcham. They have to stop. Oh, the great kick by Sharp went inside forward 50, and in position A was Denells, and he had to put his body on the line because right on his hammer was Holstead Wild, and a good mark taken there.
You'd always be under pressure when Holstead Wild's right on your hammer. Has been fantastic this afternoon.
So North Ringwood looking to get the next, well, the reply. It's Denelson. Comes in from about 40 metres out. He'll have to use the breeze. It's a beautiful kick off the boot. Shane Denelson puts through his first for the afternoon, and North Ringwood moved back to 8 goals, 7.55. They're within 4 points again. Mitcham at 9-5-59. 6 minutes gone here in the third term.
Well started with the look-away handball from Brent Moyle. Absolutely fantastic play here. He knows where these players are. Great voices used out on the ground there by the North Ringwood men to let the coach know where they are.
So a good start, exactly what we wanted. As we cross to almost towards final time in the Eastern Football League. Both these sides, or Mitcham definitely vying for finals position. They need to win this afternoon. Moyle gets the tap and the quick clearance away inside forward 50. Almost a mark taken by the Mitcham defence. Defence. Johnson tries to work it out. Can't quite find it on this occasion. Series of handballs and Mitcham back on it. Moyle, short chip kick, finds the target. Exactly what the North Ringwood side wanted. And James Candler will line up from 40 metres out. Slide angle towards the Maroondah Highway and plays on quickly. Short chip kick, finds the target. Too easy for North Ringwood, and it will be Jaden Van Unen to line up. Pretty much the same angle, just 5 or 10 metres closer.
Could be very costly to give Jaden Van Unen, the great player, is that much space inside 50, especially with Moyle playing fantastic footy at the moment, spotting up targets.
No one around and everyone just sort of stuck their hands up. Whose man was he? Nevertheless, he has a shot on goal for his first of the afternoon. On the right boot, reasonably calm kick, but across to the left-hand side, through for one behind. Takes his side under 8-8-56. Mitcham 9-5-59, 7 minutes gone. Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Massive let-off there for the Mitcham Tigers.
So we've got a 3-point ball game. EFL's match of the day. Big crowd out at Mitcham. The sense is going to go down to the wire. The Tigers would be wanting to go into three-quarter time with a couple of goal margin. They do have the breeze. The kick goes towards the Marrow direction on the wing position, bounces over his head, and this might work out favourably. Overrunning at that time there was Bell. They're going to get out of it here though, the Saints. The umpire's plucked out a free kick as Decker tried to run away with it. So the ball will be back across the half-back line with the captain Harbeck. Telling the umpire it should be a 25-metre penalty. The umpire said just move it on. Goes towards the tuck direction. He's got to stand tall. And coming over and fisting it away, Jared Whitnish. Good spoil right in front of the Mitcham faithful here.
He's done that a few times this afternoon, Jared Whitnish. Been able to affect a spoil to really put pressure on the North Ringwood men.
The umpire throws it in right in front of us here on the broadcast position. Went straight through the arms that time of Fisher. The umpire's going to come in and bounce it again.
Probably got one of the toughest kicks on the ground, shoulder to shoulder with Brett Moyle.
He certainly does.
Grant Campbell, thanks to Choose Tap.
Kick 16-9 in favour of North Ringwood.
We'll give that one to Miller Soupy in the ruck contest. The ball still in the middle of the ground. Fisher just hacks it out of mid-air. Across the fence, defensive 50 for North Ringwood, putting his body on the line. Dean, he probably could have earned a free kick as long as the umpire doesn't come in and ping him. He did have it a long time. I think he expected the push, and we'll have a bounce. 40 metres out from goal. It's down Mitcham's end. Be handy if they could score here then. Miller got a fist on it. Ball edges towards the centre square. Trying to break through there is Max Melzer. The umpire's going to come in and have another stoppage. Some more scores at half-time. Thanks, Ben Waterworth.
Templestowe by 2 points over... Baroni by 2 points over Templestowe, I should say. Glen-Waverley Hawks by 34 over Ringwood. Montana South by 39 over the Pioneers. And Heathmont by 9 over Coldstream.
Well, Kelly overran the ball and the umpires just managed to let it go. Aaron Miller got a grubber kick, trying to get out. Is James Sharp. They do so now through Candler. Just fresh air shot, a handball out wide, but it was good too because the kick goes up towards the Barrett direction. He had to work his way to the front. Van Noonan sat in the front spot. He was quickly tackled. The umpire said it wasn't fair. Daniel Sensik, you're not happy with that one?
Very controversial call that. Ben Law puts his body in all the time, and a very bad call there by the umpire.
It was 50-50. Van Noonan takes the free kick, kicks it up towards the centre half forward position. Fisted over the back, it went through the arms of Moyle, tried to trap it. There was Whelan, broke one tackle. Got out of it too, swings around on the right boot. It wasn't too crash hot, but Van Noonan's running onto it. He's going to slow himself up about 75 metres out from goal. The kick goes inside forward, 50 now. The target's going to be tackled. I think it was Barrett actually, in fact, down there. Scramble out, a kick, quick kick inside forward, 50 by Harris. Who's going to have the front spot? Over the top of the head, it went from Candler. They've got the numbers. Quilty for the Tigers gets the handball away. Miller, kick was half smothered. Goes out towards the boundary line. That was really well trapped by Faulkner to keep it alive. But the umpire said, you just went over. We'll have a boundary throw-in. Out of sight of the ground, Ben.
In Division 4, Sylvan by 13 points over the Eastern Lions. Ferntree Gully Eagles by 31 over Nunawading. Park Orchards by 11 over Kilsyth. And South Belgrave by 29 over Forest Hill.
The umpire to bring it back in. Moyle taking the ruck that time. That was a little bit interesting. Comes out to Wood. Kick up towards the half-forward line. Barrett's the target. Overrunning the ball there is Warren. It's a one-on-one situation as the ball's fisted towards the boundary line. They're going to scream for deliberate here. The umpire's not going to pay a good bit of play there. Johnson was the lone man for the Tigers to see it over.
In Division 2, Bayswater by 38 over Upper Gully. Roveville by 47 over Doncaster East. Waverley Blues by 5 over Donvale. Montrose by 75 over Doncaster. And Mooroolbark by 39 over Mulgrave.
The kick goes up towards the middle of the ground for Mitcham. In the front spot there was Whitnish. He overran it. Harbeck picked it up for the Saints. He spilled it out to Whitnish, who now has a running player going forward through Steve Smith on the left boot. That's a good pass. Godfrey out in front, takes the mark in the left forward pocket. And Mitcham will look to put their 10th on the board.
Great composure there shown by Steve Smith to be able to spot up a target. What Mitcham have been doing a little bit this afternoon has been bombing it inside 50, but great credit to him there, being able to spot up a target, and they could be finding themselves, 9 points in front.
He won't like that he hasn't kicked one of the 9 goals for the Mitcham Tigers already today. Godfrey leans over the ball. He tried to work the breeze. It comes back at the end, but not far enough. Minor score is the result. Mitcham on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard moved to 9 goals, 7-61. North Ringwood 8-8-56.
So just waiting for the ball to be kicked back in. Long ball from North Ringwood as they try and work it out. And a nice mark taken on the outer side. Been very prominent on that outer side. North Ringwood used it pretty much all day up. Target was Van Noonan. He couldn't mark against 3 Tigers. Ball seen over the boundary line. True centre wing outer side. Here at Walker Park, running through the goal kickers so far. Marrow with 4, Bell with 2, and then singles to Faulkner, Searle and Whitnish for Mitcham, while Sharp has 3. And then all singles to Dan Elson, Harris, Pardo, Moyle and Barrett for North Ringwood. So they go inside forward 50 once again. 2-on-1, Godfrey. Nothing really presenting for him. 3 Tigers overran it. North Ringwood a chance to run it away as Dean picks up, gets his kick away, but only manages to find his opponent in Stevens from the 45. Lines up for the long bomb. Has he sent it home? Yes, he has. A great goal on that occasion from Jason Stevens for his first. 10-6-66 and 10-point margin again for the Tigers. North Ringwood 8-8-56, 13 minutes gone. Third term EFL match of the day. Thanks to the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
James going to be very disappointed with that effort there to just bomb it outside the 45-metre ruck straight down the throat of Jason Stevens. Jason Stevens has played relatively well this afternoon and he's taken his opportunity to kick the Tigers 10 points clear.
Well, it's all happening out here at Walker Park. Back to a 10-point margin. The umpire starts it again. Tuck got up really high. Then it came out towards Petrarca. He wanted to get a kick on it, but he handballed it away. Got it to Quilty. Now they're using the near side of the ground. Good kick up towards the half-forward line. Stevens got the handball over. The Tigers are streaming forward. And it's a good hit too. Marrow is in position A. Smith is at the fall of the ball. He needs to just trap it on. His hammer there was Denelson. Good pressure by the Saints backs just to keep the ball alive. Keep the ball in there across that defensive zone. Tried to come through with Harbeck, but he left it then for Kelly. Got it away to Sharp. Handball over the top. He's going back to Kelly. Ball's just got to sit up for them. They did well to get out of that. North Ringwood as the kick goes up towards the half-forward line. They've got the numbers. Law gets it across to Johnson. Plays in the middle if they can spot them up now. Quilty, it goes out wide. The handball wasn't good. And over the boundary line, it goes for another stoppage. Let's go to Grant Campbell. Thanks to Choose Cut.
Inside 50s is quarter 9-6 in favour of Mitcham. Max inside 50, 4-1 in favour of North Ringwood.
Well, it's Van Noonan versus Law. There was a bit of holding going on, and it's going to be a free kick to Mitcham. The umpire said play on. Petrarca through the middle of the ground, drives the ball long towards the Godfrey direction, bouncing away from him. Castles is going to leave the pressure. And when it goes over the boundary line, right near that Bendigo Bank scoreboard, 14 and a half minutes gone. It is 10 points the margin. Mitcham 10-6, 66. North Ringwood 8-8, 56. Big members contingent over underneath that scoreboard over there trying to lift the boys. Wood, he was quickly tackled. Got it away to Kelly. Through the middle, they're going to get out of this, Dean. The umpire's going to pay advantage. Paid up towards Allison on the half-back line now for North Ringwood. They want to keep the ball moving. Kick was okay. Denelson, he's got Sharp in the middle if he wants him, or he can go over the top, which is probably a longer option and a better one in that. Kick inside forward 50 to a one-on-one situation, working his way beautifully to the front spot. Once again was Warren, and he moves the ball out wide, gets it to Holstead Wild, has to break the tackle and get around Van Noonan, put himself under a lot of pressure. Whelan came into a lender hand as well. Smith put his body in position A and got a little bit extra from Lincoln Decker afterwards, takes the mark. Looks like he wants to give the handball off. Kick goes up towards the half-forward line. The wind just carrying the ball. Whitnish over the back. Harbeck chops it off for North Ringwood. Got the handball out to Denelson. That was okay. The Saints moving it up towards the wing position where they find Whelan. He got it on the bounce and then wants to square things up and kick it up in towards the middle of the ground. The umpire said it might have even been a little bit extra. Mark taken there by Candler. Kicks it inside forward 50 and chopped off beautifully by Law. They've got players spread in the middle of the ground. Quilty drives the ball inside forward 50 on the first bounce. Godfrey, he overran the pill. They've still got numbers down there coming through. Melzer, he gets down. Good bit of play there by Whitnish. The ball's still alive. Harbeck comes in as well. Right in front of that Bendigo bank scoreboard. 10 points is the margin. 16 and a half minutes. Umpire taking his time this time to ball the thing up. Bell. He was in there. Quick kick outside the defensive zone for the Saints. Finds Petrarca. It's been super. He might even fancy himself from here, Julian Petrarca. He's going to ride this a very long way, but he pushes it to the right-hand side, and a minor score is the result. Mitcham 10-7, 67 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. They're out to an 11-point lead at the 17-minute mark, 8-8, 56 Ringwood.
Petrarca, how have you seen his game, Dan Sensing?
Well, a lot of Mitcham's forward thrusts have been built off his long 50-metre kicks inside 50. He's an absolutely bullet pass type of player, but it's interesting with Decker playing on Lucas Marrow. He's giving him a little bit too much space at the moment. At the last contest, he gave him about 2 or 3 metres. If that ball had a fell for Marrow, North Ringwood would have been in a bit of trouble.
James Dean kicks in on that occasion, just manages to find a target though, and it's his coach in Moyle. About 40 metres from their defensive goal, up towards centre wing. 2-on-1, the 2 wins out, but North Ringwood have a chance to clear it away. Handball was cut off. Petrarca gets his handball away, manages to find Whitnish, who gives the deciding handball off to Stevens, who goes back to Smith, back to Stevens. Grandstand side, centre wing under a lot of pressure. Stevens finds a kick though. Great get out of jail free card. Keep it moving. Whitnish plays on quickly, gets it towards the 45 arc, and finds his target in Ryan Bell. And a man who had a fantastic first term went away in the second quarter, now has his chance to line up for number 3.
Yeah, I was just about to mention Bell was quiet in that second quarter, but now's his chance to get back into the game and put his side 17 points in front, just ticking into time on in a couple of minutes.
Fairness to Bell, their whole forward line was quiet in that second term.
Well, that's a fair point as well. Mitcham did not see much of the ball in the second quarter.
So the marks lined up at about 44.13 metres. So Bell to kick from about there. Slide angle. Puts it on the boot, roosted it towards the goal, off to the left-hand side, through for one behind. The 8th on the board for Mitcham, 10-8-68. They lead this one by 12 points, 8-8-56 North Ringwood on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. 18 minutes gone, third term.
Melzer. He's done a good job today, Max Melzer. Goes short. North Ringwood through Van Eunen. Looking to clear the ball out of the defensive zone. Tigers have the numbers at the fall of the ball. Goes out, quick snap by Halstead Wild. That was a good smother there by Moyle. Then he paddled it to his advantage and won the free kick. That was good play. So Brett Moyle, the far side of the ground, wants to get the ball moving on quickly. He does so. Goes the way of Candler, inside forward 50. That's a good kick. The Saints have got front spot here. Getting down was Barrett. He could have nearly got a nudge in the back, but scooping onto it and kicking a great goal, Jason Harris. And North Ringwood get the quick answer as well, and that's his second on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. And they've moved that little bit closer once again. We've got a game on our hands on EFL Match of the Day. 9-8-62 North Ringwood at the 20-minute mark. It's almost time on. Mitcham 10-8-68.
Yeah, the Tigers were rude not kicking that last goal there as North Ringwood draw back to within a goal. But Jason Harris, sometimes it pays to be in the right place at the right time, and that's exactly what he was doing.
Tell you what, Kate Miller-Heidke wrote a song called I Just Can't Shake It, and that's exactly what Mitcham are doing at the moment. They can't shake North Ringwood. Back to a goal, the deficit at the moment. Ball back in the middle of Walker Park. This one is crucial. Whitnish gets the kick away, was smothered. Still in the centre circle. They both sides trying to work it out. In the end, it's Sharp who just gets a long bomb towards the forward 50. Bouncing ball comes back out into the hands of Glossop. Gives his handball out to the man of the moment, and Johnson. Up towards the centre wing, finds Searle, who goes inside forward 50, looking for Godfrey on the lead. Finds him 40 from home. He's got plenty of options, decides to go short, and finds Batchelor. Pretty much the same distance, just improves the angle a little bit for Trevor Batchelor.
The North Ringwood defenders really need to tighten up a bit. I mean, that's the second time this quarter I've seen a Mitcham player in so much space, and he's going to go back and kick for goal.
It wasn't just one, it was three as well. Stevens was there about 25 metres past him. So plenty of options in the Mitcham forward line at the moment as Batchelor comes in for goal number one. Sends it on the left boot, sits it across the right-hand side, through for one behind. 10-9-69 Mitcham, 9-8-62 North Ringwood. 20 minutes gone in this third term. EFL Gameday action thanks to the EFL mobile web app.
Grant Campbell, thanks to Choose Tap.
Mitcham wasteful from set shots this quarter, kicking 1 goal for.
So it's Kelly this time to kick it in. Short passes on to Jason Sharp. He's up to the task. Kicks the ball outside the defensive zone. Getting a fist on it there was Phillips to keep the ball alive for the Tigers. Moyle put his body on the line. They scramble to kick out towards the tuck direction. He kicks the ball up towards the half-forward line, but across the half-back line. Stevens. Kick was smothered now. The Saints could be actually on here. Running across the forward 50. Sharp from 50 metres. He sends it long, but he's pushed it to the right-hand side, but it's held up in the breeze. And Josh Barrett has taken a great mark on the edge of the goal square, and he'll go back. He's already kicked one. This could be his second, and we could be within a 1-point ball game.
Really telling 1%er there by Sharp. Absolutely brilliant effort to lunge forward and go for the smother, then deliver it down deep inside 50. They could find themselves within a point in time on.
Well, he judged the breeze really well then, Barrett, and he comes in from point-blank range and puts it through the middle. So North Ringwood on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. They kick their 10th, and that's Barrett's second. 10-8-68 are the North Ringwood Saints. The Mitcham Tigers 10-9-69. 22 minutes gone.
Those are the sorts of things that sharp smother and a spoil and things like that that can win games of footy, and especially finals games of footy. And that's what I think their coach is going to be drilling into them over the next few weeks. Those 1%er types of things are the difference in finals.
8 goals to 2 since quarter time in favour of North Ringwood. They've kicked 4 goals 1 to 3 goals 4 in this quarter. So as we just heard from Soupy, Mitcham wasting opportunities in this third premiership quarter. North Ringwood trying to get the clearance out, but Whitnish held a nice tackle to wrap it up and for a secondary ball up. Almost 23 minutes gone. You're an EFL Game Day thanks to the EFL mobile web app. Make sure you download it for all the scores from around the grounds. Still trying to work it out both sides. Whitnish very defensive minded in the centre of the ground, but it'll be a free kick going the way of Dwayne Kelly. In the centre of the ground for North Ringwood, kicks to the outer side. Finds his coach in Brett Moyle, who kicks short. Finds his target as well, and they try and move it inside forward 50. Looking for Whelan. Kick was too high for the short man. Actually, it was Pardo, and Johnson will win the free kick. Decides to go short. Finds his target on that occasion. Running through was Bryan, and they get the movement away here, the Tigers. Plenty of numbers in front of the ball as they go up towards the forward 50. It's bouncing ball still in a lot of chance here. The Mitcham Tigers as they try and push it towards the forward line, but it was actually paid out of bounds earlier than that. Just the entry umpire had to catch up on the play. So ball up about 5 metres round from the Mitcham goal line. Nice passage of play, exactly what you want to see if you're a Tigers fan as we head past time on in this third term. So ball thrown in once again. Mitcham forward line is the defensive now. They try and get the tackle away. Good work off the back of the pack on that occasion was Jason Sharp just to clear it out, give him a bit of time. And a free kick here, and no advantage paid to Moyle.
It was Tiggy Touchwood.
Would have been away on that occasion, the North Ringwood Football Club, but they'll bring it back.
Free kick 7-1 in favour of North Ringwood this quarter.
There's been a lot of 50-50 contests this quarter, and I think the reason why they're 7-1 at the free kicks is North Ringwood have been in front a little bit more often than not, so the umpire's rewarding the player in front.
I spoke about how away Brett Moyle was. Sharp's got the ball, and pretty much almost every player on the ground was in front of him. He had to kick across, and now North Ringwood come down the commentary side wing. Nice mark taken by Big Chucky Pardo, or little Chucky Pardo, I should say. Decides to go short. Finds another midget of the North Ringwood Football Club in Whelan. Centre wing, up towards the forward 50. It'll be a 4-on-4 basically, and a good punch taken off the back of the pack by Miller from Mitcham. And once again, the Mitcham defence working well.
1%ers there once again. Ben Miller, fantastic spoil. He's done that well all afternoon against a very good North Ringwood forward line.
Ball to be thrown in wide on the 45-metre arc for North Ringwood. Mitcham to clear out through Johnson once again. He's been absolutely fantastic in this game. Tuck will be the man, just bounced straight over his head. North Ringwood in front position, and boundary line beats all comers on this occasion. A 1-point margin in favour of Mitcham, 10-9-69. North Ringwood 10-8-68, 25 minutes gone, third term here on EFL Game Day.
Right in front of us here, a terrific grandstand out here at Walker Park. Keeping everyone well covered here today. Fist comes out towards the Whitnish direction. It's inside the defensive zone for North Ringwood. They need a bit of a clearance. Comes out to Searle. He got it from Whitnish. Tried to give it back. The umpire said he's actually going to pay holding the man. He dropped the ball over the line. Oh, it's actually on David Searle. So it was a play behind. David Searle from probably just on 50 metres.
Coach's box.
The kick goes inside, squares things up over the back of the pack. What a mark taken by Anthony Faulkner. And from about 25 metres out directly in front, it's going to get a very important shot on goal for the Mitcham Football Club because they currently lead it by 1. We're looking to increase it by 7 because North Ringwood will be coming home with that breeze.
This is a really crucial time of the quarter to be kicking goals. I mean, they're a point in front. We're nearly 26.5 minutes gone. This one he needs to kick.
Looking for goal number 2 of the afternoon. One of the biggest kicks for the day for the Mitcham Football Club. 25 metres out from goal. Faulkner goes and puts it straight through the middle. That was a beautiful kick straight off the boot. And they get around him also. And the Mitcham Tigers move on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard to 11-9-75. It's back out to that 7-point margin. North Ringwood 10-8-68. 27 minutes gone. Grant Campbell, thanks to Choose Tap.
Inside 50s now 17-12. 5 marks inside 50 apiece. Forward 50 tackles, forward and nil in favour of Mitcham, and doing well defensively, as Dan mentioned before, 8 spells to 3 this quarter.
First 2 quarters went about 28 odd minutes. We've gone 27 in this third term, so this centre clearance crucial for both sides. Dambier throws the ball off once again. Tuck on this occasion gets the ball off to Moyle. Handballs quickly off to Denelson. They go inside forward 50 looking for Van Unen. Running off the back of the pack was Sharp. Got his handball away to Whelan, who snaps around on the left. Tries to find his target and does. Deep in the North Ringwood forward line. Plenty of options as he snaps around the body. Right across goal finds Charles Pardo all by himself. Umpire's going to pay the mark here.
Free kick.
So a mark or a free kick if you want. It was definitely there. And Chucky Pardo can line up for goal number 2 and bring the margin back to 1 point.
He was out there by himself for a very long time, Pardo. So this kick to put...
I spoke about how crucial this kick is. Charles Pardo to make it a 1-point margin into the final term. Puts it on its way, sets it across to the left-hand side, and no score. So no score from that last kick. Mitcham go into three-quarter time, 11-9-75. North Ringwood 10-8-68 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Still anyone's match out here at Walker Park for the EFL's match of the day. We're going to cross back to the Radio Eastern studios with Peter MacArthur, because after this break, Ben Waterworth is going to let all the EFL fans know what's happening at their local games this afternoon as you go local for your footy right here on EFL Game Day.
Tonight is party night on Radio Eastern when we bring you the Platter Parade, 7 till 10. We roll through 50 years of timeless classics, guaranteed to make your party go with a swing. So put on your dancing shoes and join our team of presenters for the Platter Parade. More than just the mix, Saturday nights at 7 on Radio Eastern 98.1. And you don't even need a party.
Radio Eastern three-quarter time, folks, in the big match today. We'll be going back there shortly. Up to date with AFL in the match between Adelaide and Fremantle. This is in the third quarter. Adelaide 7-8-50, leading Fremantle 7-4-46, reasonably close. And in the match between St Kilda and Melbourne at three-quarter time, St Kilda 12-11-83, lead Melbourne 4-9-33. Radio Eastern 98.1. Sudden fever, aching body, sore throat, chills, nausea, headache, dizziness. It sounds like you need medical assistance and urgently. It's difficult getting an immediate appointment with your GP when you need care fast. So come to Ikira Urgent Care, where you don't need an appointment and you don't have to wait. They are Australia's first walk-in medical and emergency clinic. Walk in at 157 Scoresby Road, Baronia, or call them on 9839 3333 9839 3333. Ikira Urgent Care. Your health, your destiny.
In footy, the best players always get tagged. In Melbourne, the best and cheapest way to get around the tollways is to get your car tagged. That's because a Breeze account works on Eastlink and it works on CityLink too. A tag's also the cheapest way to use Eastlink and CityLink. So open your Breeze account online at eastlink.com.au and start winning as a tagger today. Speaking of winning, my team's a sure thing for 4 points today and maybe the premiership. Come on up, that was in the back. Eastlink, it's time better spent, like at the footy.
In desperate areas, we knows that your budget's too tight? Never fear, because the team at T&B Window Warehouse has the right solution for you. We have surplus windows to suit the needs of any budget. We're located at 120 to 124 Bayfield Road East, Bayswater North. Give us a call, 8727 7506. That's 8727 7506. T&B Window Warehouse. Don't forget the name, part of the EAL and AW Transport Group. #1 in window transport. Program sponsor.
EFL Saturday Game Day continues. Let's head back and go local for your footy.
Oh, we are set for a ripping final term here on EFL Game Day. It's Mitcham by 7 points, 11-9-75 to North Ringwood 10-8-68. In another Division 3 score, Ringwood have only kicked one goal. This is amazing. One goal for the first three quarters. It's Glen Waverley Hawks 6-4-40 to Ringwood 1-7-13. Unbelievable. In Division 1, Croydon 4-5-29, leading Norwood 7-8-50. So a good quarter there by Norwood just to release the pressure ever so slightly. Another Division 1 scores, East Burwood 15-7-97, leading South Croydon 7-3-45. Lilydale 6-4-40, leading an inaccurate East Ringwood 4-11-35. Donvale kicked 3 goals to 1 in the third term. They are now in front by 1 point, 5-6-36 to the Waverley Blues 5-5-35. Mulgrave 3-6-24, trailing Moorabah 12-12-84, 10 goals the margin at three-quarter time out there at Mulgrave Reserve. Peter Baird, Scoresby working harder. They hit the lead for the first time since quarter-time break. So it looks like Scoresby have got it out there. Have got a good lead out there. And Ferntree Gully Eagles 7-11-53, leading Nunawading 2-6-18. And the Basin running amok over at Surrey Park today. The Basin 13-19-97 to Surrey Park, 2 behind. So 95 points is the margin there at three-quarter time, and can also tell you that Sylvan are in front of the Eastern Lions by 29 points at 3/4 time. Plenty of other scores coming on around the Eastern Football League. We'll keep you right up to date as scores come to hand, BWS.
Thank you very much to Ben Waterworth. It's 3/4 time out here at Walker Park, and it's Mitcham 11-9-75, 7 points ahead of North Ringwood 10-8-68. Let's go to Grant Campbell for some of those important third quarter stats.
Surprisingly, given the scoreline, North Ringwood led the kicks that quarter 58-41. Inside 50s was 17-13 Mitcham's way. Forward 50 tackles, 4-0 Mitcham's way. They had 6 intercept marks to 0, and a lot more balls marked inside 50. North Ringwood leading that 7-5.
Great job, Soupy. Daniel Sensic, who's going to run away with this game? It's been close from the outset, and we just don't know, do we?
Well, no, we don't. But I'm going to. I'm going to go with North Ringwood still.
That's all you've got for me in the special comments chair.
I'm going to go with North Ringwood still, because I think in the last 15 or so minutes of that third quarter, they were absolutely outstanding with the way they were able to spot targets up inside 50. A bit unlucky not to get within a point at 3/4 time with Charles Pardo missing that goal there right on the 3/4 time siren. But yeah, North Ringwood still for mine. I think they just got a bit more class about them.
Players making their way to position. Let's cross down boundary side thanks to Akira Urgent Care to Andy Paolici.
Hey guys, Brett Moyle, he just implored his players just for one final effort. He really wants the back six to work as a unit. He felt their accountability dropped off a little bit in that quarter. He wants more composure with the footy, and they are confident that they can run out the game with the breeze.
Arthur Hall was over at the Mitcham huddle at 3/4 time. What did Scott Homewood have to say, Artie?
Yeah, Scott Homewood was pretty happy with the result at the moment, but he said we need to take it back to 0 and start from scratch. It's a 0-0 game. He also said the midfielders need to work a bit harder, and the forwards need to make some space up front, particularly Godfrey. And look, interesting to note that the midfielders, when I went to their huddle, their focus was on Dwayne Kelly and Brett Moyle, so they're really worried about those two players.
Can Mitcham season stay alive? Dyson Baker.
Up in the centre of Walker Park for the last time in this one. Quilty gets the ball off the back of the pack, kicks up towards half forward, nothing really presenting. Couldn't quite take the mark, but they still quite moving it forward through Stevens. Inside forward 50. Can they take a mark on? No on this occasion. And it's Nick Harback getting back for the Saints. Decides to kick across goal, finds Morgan. Morgan short to his coach in Moyle. They've moved it up towards centre wing. Now they find Pardo on a long lead. About 60 from home now, the Saints. They go inside forward 50 on this kick, and they find a mark. This is exactly what they needed. And North Ringwood, the first chance to fire a shot. The first inside forward 50 of the quarter going to Dan Elson.
Very important shot at goal. This, they can get to within a point at this stage of the quarter. They can build for the rest of the quarter.
45 out directly in front. Denelson just lofts it. The rainmaker up towards the top of the goal square. Miller went for the big fist, missed it completely, falconed himself, and ball goes out of bounds right in front of the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Retreats 11-9-75. Mitcham, North Ringwood 10-8-68. 1 minute gone in this final term. This is the best of the best Division 3 EFL action. Ball thrown in once again, tapped away by Van Unen on that occasion.
Free
Bottom
kick.
of the pack, Petrarca was there, couldn't quite get away, and a free kick's been paid. Going the way of Quilty.
It's been good.
The captain of the Mitcham Football Club been very good this afternoon. Just summing up his options. Goes long, and he's found Batchelor under a lot of pressure now. 3 North Ringwood players swoop on him, go inside forward 50, and Pardo just had to run out of the way because coming through on that occasion was his little Oompa Loompa teammate Jack Whelan. And Whelan can have the set shot from pretty much the same angle, about 35 out on this occasion. And another chance for North Ringwood to stem this lead.
Great courage shown there by both players, Ben Miller and the North Ringwood player, to commit themselves to the contest.
So Whelan puts it on the right boot, sets it. That's absolutely dead eye on. Great goal from Jack Whelan, moves his side onto 11-8-74. Mitcham 11-9-75. 2 minutes gone, final term on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Across boundary side, thanks to Akira Urgent Care. Boys, what have you got?
Hey guys, just to start the quarter for North Ringwood on the bench is Jason Harris. We've got Jared Castles, James Ellison and Lincoln Decker.
Yeah, for Mitcham we've got Taylor, Kelly, Law and Phillips.
Thank you, boys. The rain is coming. You can see it's starting to spit down their boundary side. So the umpire just waiting to restart this match. 3 minutes gone. His final term, it's a 1-point ball game. Tuck got the knockdown straight into the arms of Moyle, gave it to Dennells, and his kick was half smothered, still in the middle. Miller tried to trap it, but Tucky was even better. Got the handball on, put his teammate under a lot of pressure in Kelly. The umpire said play on. Tucky scooped it to Kelly, got it onto Moyle. He sent it out wide. But Batchelor now for the Tigers. He tried to move it on, but then his kick was smothered. And then kick inside forward 50 into the arms of Pardo. He squeezes it around. That was a really clever kick. And another mark's been taken by North Ringwood. And a great bit of play there too, just squaring things up, and Jack Whelan will have another shot for goal. He just kicked the last one, so it'll be 2 in a minute for Jack Whelan and to put the Saints in front.
If North Ringwood can kick this goal, I hope the boys all get around Todd Morgan. He did all the hard work there, smothering the footy and kicking it along the ground.
Whelan for goal number 2 in as many minutes, puts it straight through the middle, and North Ringwood are 5 points in front in this game. The last quarter on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard as we cross the 4th minute mark. 12 goals, 8-80 is the Saints. Mitcham 11-9-75.
Todd Morgan's goal there, that one. He's absolutely brilliant at the 50-50 contest and winning the contest, committing his body to the cause as well, and also delivering inside 50.
They've hardly led all day. They now lead by 5 points. 12-8 plays 11-9. 4 minutes gone, final term. This is Mitcham's season on the line pretty much. They have to win the last 2 games to guarantee themselves a Tuesday finals position. Ball back up in the centre of the ground. Ben Miller wins it out on this occasion for Mitcham. Good work from the man there, and for North Ringwood in Harris. Gets it away, and North Ringwood once again out to Pardo, out of side. Handball wasn't that flash, and Mitcham a chance to cut it off on this occasion through Smith. Turned it over though. Still a chance to go forward to Nelson. Was held without it. Umpire said no. Quilty off the back of the pack up towards half back, and cut off. So a little bit of kick to kick as the rain starts to tumble down here at Walker Park. Inside forward 50, Van Unen out on a strong lead. I'll tell you what, they couldn't catch a break, the North Ringwood forwards, in the first 3 quarters. But that's 3 marks inside forward 50 within as many minutes. And we'll cross to Grant Campbell, Tuesday match stats.
I was going to just mention that 4 inside 50s and 4 marks inside 50 now for North Ringwood.
Daniel Sensick.
And that's something that they really struggled with for the first 2 quarters of the match.
So Van Unen for his first of the afternoon. Sets it on the right boot. North Ringwood fans very happy with it. Van Unen's very happy with it. 13-8-86 now. North Ringwood running away with this one. Mitcham 11-9-75. 5 minutes gone, final term on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Well, it's going to be really interesting to see this next clearance and how Mitcham are going to respond. All afternoon when North Ringwood have challenged them at times, Mitcham have been quick to respond. But I think with North Ringwood getting the momentum now and the rain coming down, it's going to be very tough.
In Division 4, Gents, the Basin by 95 points over Surrey Park, Sylvan by 29 points over the Eastern Lions, Ferntree Gully by 35 over Nunawading, Kilsyth and Park Orchard scores level, and South Belgrave by 23 over Forest Hill.
Tuck got the advantage out of the middle of the ground, kicked it up towards the half-forward line. They need to get out of trouble. Holstead Wild got the handball over to Whitnish on the left boot now. Sends a bit of a skyscraper up. Who's going to be the flyer? Melzer came and crunched the pack. Tuck had the front spot, but Melzer was there for the crumb. Handballed it over to Dean, who snapped it around the body up towards the half-forward line. It was there intended for Sharp, but they're going to clear it now. Holstead Wild sees it over the boundary line and out of bounds. Have a look at the rain coming down now. Umbrellas are out. The grandstand is filling up very quickly.
Welcome to the media team, Andy.
11 points is the margin. Ball's thrown in over the back Sharp on hands and knees. That was good play there by Taylor to get the handball out, but it was chopped off, and North Ringwood send themselves forward towards the Barrett direction. Charges out. He almost took it on the chest. They're going to get out of trouble though. Mitcham through the middle. Kick up towards the wing position. It's got to bounce favourably. It did. The handball wasn't good though. Look at Moyle's guts and determination, just putting his body on the line, fisting it over line. For a boundary throw in right in front of us here, broadcast position.
Talking about Moyle's guts and determination, in that 3rd quarter when North Ringwood got right back into the game, Moyle was one of the key reasons behind that.
Miller had the front spot, he knocked it down. Whitnish wrapped Whelan up in a tackle, and we'll have another stoppage.
In Division 1, scores level at 3-quarter time between Scoresby and Baldwin, 7-6-48 apiece. Norwood by 21 over Croydon, Vermont by 20 over Knox, East Burwood by 52 over South Croydon, and Lilydale by 5 over South Croydon.
Whitnish across the half-back line, got it to Johnson, who kicked it into the middle. Max Melzer takes a mark for the Saints across the half-back line. Wants to send the ball wide, wants to send the ball long. It was a good option too, because in there was Harris. over the back of the pack. The umpire let that one go. A handball in by Candler. Got it to Kelly. Kicks it to the hot spot to the Barrett direction. Crunched a pack. Had to beat three of them. Overrunning it there was Quilty off the ground. Rushed through for a minor score. And actually kicking in danger. The free kick has been paid and it'll go to Jason Stevens, I think. In fact, it'll go to Jack Fisher. So in the back line goes to Stevens. Actually goes to Warren. I'm just trying to rack up the possessions for Stevens. Late in this last quarter, the driving kick goes out of the defensive zone for Mitcham. Melzer on all hands and knees. Needs to get away from Batchelor, the umpire said play on. Jason Sharp now for North Ringwood. Found some space and kicked it inside forward 50. Looking for his brother Anthony. Fisted over the boundary line and out of bounds. We'll have a boundary throw in 45 metres out from goal. Grant Campbell, thanks to Choose Tap.
Inside 50, 7-1 this quarter for North Ringwood. Contested possessions 16-10 their way.
The umpire throws it in now. Moyle went up against Miller. That was a little bit weird. They're going to clear out of this one, the Tigers. Kick goes in towards the middle of the ground. Tough conditions here in this final quarter out here at Walker Park this afternoon. A little toe poke off the ground. That was okay into the middle. Who's going to win the clean possession? James Dean overran it. Tuck came in, gave it to Dean in the end for North Ringwood, but his kick was a shocker out of bounds on the full far side of the ground. It's an 11-point ball game, North Ringwood's favour, 9 minutes.
His feet almost worked too quick for his body. James Dean just overran the footy about 3 times on that last passage. Ended up giving it away, turning it over for a free kick. Short chip kick from Mitcham defensively, finds Glossop. Dangerous position, but it'll hold well for Miller. True centre half back. Kicks across to centre wing, commentary side. Taylor's got a fair bit of space. They close in now. Another short chip kick, but didn't find its target on that occasion, and Melzer takes it away. Inside forward 50 here in the Barrett direction, and takes it low. Diving mark, fantastic work there from Josh Barrett, who can now line up for goal number 3, and almost with the rain coming put this one beyond doubt early in the last term.
That last piece of play there with Mitcham coughing up the footy to North Ringwood has summed up their quarter so far. They've just kept on bombing it out of that defensive zone, and all the time we've seen a North Ringwood man take the mark and send it for straight back in.
Soupy quickly, thanks to Choose Tap.
Already 4 intercept marks for North Ringwood this quarter.
Exactly what they want to hear, the Saints fans, as Barrett comes in for the 14th goal for the Saints this afternoon. Sticks it high and long. It'll stay out to the right-hand side. Through for one behind. 13 goals, 9.87. A 12-point lead in favour of North Ringwood. 11-9-75 Mitcham. 10 minutes gone. Final term in the Bendigo Mink scoreboard.
In Division 3, Boronia by 14 points over Templestowe. Warrandyte by 5 over Churnside Park. Glen Waverley Hawks by 27 over Ringwood. And the Wanturna South by 57 over Whitehorse Pioneers.
Thanks, Ben. All the scores around the ground this afternoon as everyone goes local for their football. The kick wasn't crash shot from Mitcham in the kick in. Den Elzen, he was down there, picked up by Anthony Sharp. A pot shot on the goals. It might just not get there. Fisted over through for a minor score by Daniel Johnson. And Ringwood, or North Ringwood in fact, move it to 13 goals, 10.88. It's 13 points the margin here. Mitcham 11-9-75. They want to keep the ball moving. It's 10 minutes gone here in the final term. Like using that outer side of the ground today. And the Tigers moved the ball up towards the wing position. Tuck came over the back of the pack, got a fist on it. Decker's in there too. David Sell wraps Tuck up in a tackle over the boundary line, and we'll have a boundary throw in centre wing.
Just a bit of a case of no sheen, no worries for the Jets at the moment. The Jets by 40 points over Coldstream, so their Choose Tap finals hope certainly still alive.
Big smile on Dyson Baker's face as Batchelor runs away with it for the Tigers. Kick up towards the half-forward line. You're going to get out of this. Melzer just owned that half-back line all afternoon. Kicks it up towards, well, the half-forward line. It's chopped off that time by Warren. Goes short. Just need to slow things up and use the disposal correctly here, Mitcham. And they kick it inside forward 50 now. They might have the numbers. Castles did well on the left boot to create a bit of a foot race out on the wing position, and the Tigers are going to have 2-1. Stevens runs the ball over the boundary line and out of bounds, right in front of that Mitcham coaching box. Scott Homewood will be feeling the pressure, be calling in the troops. They need to lift just that extra 10, 20, 30% in these last 15 minutes to keep their season alive. Tuck knocked it down to Moyle, gang tackled. Have another bounce.
Just with the results going the way they are, this is almost sort of last chance saloon for Mitcham at the moment.
The umpire wasting no time, starting it again. Tuck got the knockdown. You'd expect that he's probably won that contest today. Comes down to Quilty, kicked it up towards the half-forward line. Melzer couldn't quite trap it. Batchelor got a little handle on it. Hands and knees. That was good play there by Melzer to get the handball away. Kick up towards the Van Noonan direction. Good fist away there by Fisher. They're going to do okay. Holstead wild. For Mitcham kicks it to David Searle, who just ran into the tackle and completely dropped it. The umpire's going to pay holding the man.
Great call by the umpire. Fantastic call. The hold was there.
So David Searle, we saw one of them paid in third quarter, hence why the Mitcham faithful really wanted one back. So the kick by David Searle is a good one. Finds Bell, wants to give it off. Petrarca running. It's a good option too because he's a beautiful long left foot kick. Petrarca kicks it inside forward 50. Who's down there for the Saints? Allison. He's going to paddle it to his advantage and go for the safety of the boundary line.
Free kick.
He actually received a free kick in the end. So Lucas Marrow wasn't too happy. He was just going to ride it over. The kick goes in towards the middle, looking for Tucker. Was chopped off by Bell. The ball's still alive inside the forward 50 for Mitcham. If someone can just pick it up, it's up to Petrarca to do so. Handballs it back. The kick inside forward 50 now. Pack forms. Who's going to pull down a skyscraper? Big knockdown there by Daniel Wood. Mitcham fans screaming for a free kick, and we'll have a bounce. 40 metres out from goal, Mitcham's end. They currently trail by 13 points. They need a goal.
All the answers lie with North Ringwood at the moment, and particularly with that wind just picking up just then.
Bell versus Tuck. Tuck got it down to Jason Sharp, who looked like he had so much time. Wound around on his left boot. Kicked it into the middle of the ground. Mitcham once again, they're creating that wall across the half-back line. Johnson taking his time. He's a beautiful kick of the football. Drives the ball deep. Tuck over the back of the pack in the goal square. If he can get boot to ball is Anthony Faulkner. Good tackle, good pressure by the Saints backman. Rushed through for one behind, pushing Mitcham onto 11 goals, 10-76. 2 goals behind North Ringwood, 13-10, 88.
First score of the final term for Mitcham. Soupy, some choose tap match stats.
Inside 50s, 8-4 in favour of North Ringwood.
So they're slowly working their way back, the Tigers. North Ringwood are pushing it forward though. Foot race is on as we head towards half forward for North Ringwood. They've moved it to about the 55-metre mark. Ball's gone out pretty much right in front of the North Ringwood coach's box.
In Division 2, Bayswater by 25 over Upper Gully, Roeville by 60 over Donny East, Donvale by 1 over the Waverley Blues, Montrose by 83 over Doncaster, and Moorabah by 60 over Mulgrave.
Donvale, a lot of work to do to keep their season alive. Mitcham, a lot of work to do to keep their season alive at the moment. They currently trail by 12.
Donvale's in front.
Yeah,
but
only just. Surrey Park trailing by 95 against the Basin. Sylvan by 29 over the Eastern Lions. Ferntree Gully Eagles by 35 over Nunawading. Kilsyth and Park Orchards level. And South Belgrave by 23 over Forest Hill.
Mitcham still trying to push it forward. They get the clearance out through Shell. It goes up towards forward 50. They need a mark here. They won't get it. Ball spills out to the back. Tuck had front position for North Ringwood, who was tackled. Held up well, about 50 metres out from the Mitcham goal.
Croydon down by 21 over Norwood. Baldwin and Scoresby all locked up. Vermont by 20 over Knox. East Burwood by 52 over South Croydon. Lilydale by 5 over East Ringwood. And Blackburn by 3 over Noble Park.
North Ringwood got the clearance. They kick towards half forward. They move their ball very quickly. Candler from 45 metres out. It'll make the distance. Across to the right-hand side, though. 3-4 behind. Barrett rode it through. And so North Ringwood another behind on their scoreboard. They move on to 13-11-89, a 13-point lead in favour of North Ringwood over Mitcham, 11-10-76, 16 minutes gone on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Very handy point there by North Ringwood to put themselves 13 points clear just midway through the final quarter.
Still plenty of time. Mitcham are good enough. Quilty wants to go direct, uses the grandstand side. Allison had front spot, it went through his arms. At the back, Malzar got it over to Whelan. He had the running support of the Harris on the left boot. Squeezes it to the forward pocket. Second bite by Quilty is over the boundary line, so we'll have a ball in right next to that behind post. North Ringwood's end. You'd think another goal just might shut the gate here. It's deep in the forward line for the Saints. The umpire brings it in over when everybody trying to get boot to ball. They're going to get out of this through Petrarca eventually across the half-back line, and now the Tigers are away. The kick goes up towards wing position. Johnson's come out. Going to wind around and kick it up towards this true centre-half forward position now. Good fist on there by Harbeck. Whitnish now for the Tigers across the 50 on the left. He was put under a bit of pressure. He probably could have taken a bounce or even gone a little bit further with that. So on the left boot, goes out of bounds on the full. Daniel Wood will bring it back for North Ringwood. In no hurry. Told to go on with it now. Kick goes out towards the half-back line over the top of Tuck's head. Picked up there by Glossop. His kick went straight back inside the forward 50 for Mitcham. Overrunning it there was Aaron Miller. Can someone pick up the ball? Tuck gets down. Good play by Miller, the big man, to scoop it out to Petrarca. He goes backwards. Now they surge inside forward 50. Mitcham, can someone pull down a mark? That's what they're after. A great bit of pressure there by Melzer. And the ball's still alive for Mitcham across their defensive forward line. But they're going to wrap up a tackle. Lucas Marrow, good play. So 40 metres out, they're keeping it in there, they're doing enough. They've just got to get that one clear possession and shot on goal inside their forward 50. Still giving a pretty big yelp though. Phillips went up against Tuck. North Ringwood cleared the ball. Got players running after it. They can just keep it alive. The umpire comes across and tells Jack Whelan to hand it back to him. So centre wing is the position here. 18.5 minutes gone on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. It's a 13-point margin to North Ringwood. Umpire throws it in, the wind got hold of that one. Tuck smacked it straight into the arms of Dwayne Kelly, who tried to break a tackle. Searles in there also for Mitcham, but coming through his Whelan, who bangs it on the boot and heads towards the Allison direction on the outer side of the ground. He's got Quilty to beat, then goes to ground. Clever enough to get back up. Got the handball away to Anthony Sharp, who overran the ball. Glossop was in there as well to lay the pressure. I think they'll go for a bounce here. The umpire's going to pay high tackle, in fact, on Sharp. So perplexing a few out here at Walker Park. Sharp takes off now. That was a good bit of play. Sold the dummy. Kicks it long inside forward 50. The target could be Morgan. All left by himself in the goal square. Handball out. Hardo's in there too. Trying to clear it now is Mitcham. They do so. They kick it to a wall of North Ringwood players though across that half forward line. Picked up there by Denelson. He broke one tackle. He crosses the 45. He sends the ball long, but he pushes it to the left. So another minor score to North Ringwood. Maybe a handier point, Daniel Sensic, because they moved to 13 goals, 12-90. It's out to 14 points now. Mitcham 11-10-76.
The Tigers live again through another sprayed North Ringwood opportunity. So Mitcham just need to go all out attack in this last 10 minutes of footy.
Ticking towards time on. We've hit it now as Mitcham try to clear out once again. A mark's been taken. Play it to the man in the front position, Bell. Had a few good passage of play right throughout this game. Decides to kick short. Finds Petrarca.
Great hit.
Centre of the ground here at Walker Park, up towards forward 50. Godfrey all by himself, but the kick was just tapped off at the right time. Good work from Melzer just to cause a little bit of a kerfuffle in the Mitcham forward line. Plenty of numbers around for Mitcham if they can work it out. They try to now through a series of handballs. Batchelor caught under all sorts of pressure. Wrapped up by Melzer, and the free kick going to go the way of the Saints here across half back. So not enough communication here from the Tigers. The range just subsided a little bit. I reckon it'll be soapy enough out there just to make things a little bit tough for the Tigers though. Up towards centre wing, Melzer goes. Good work from Van Unit, had 3 stabs at it, couldn't quite bring it down on that occasion. Sharp, his handball was dispossessed, still trying to work it out. Good work off the bottom of the pack there, Fisher, but nothing presenting. True centre wing commentary side will have another ball up.
As we've seen a few times this quarter, Julian Petrarca has been able to get his hands on the ball and send Mitcham inside 50. Such a good kick.
EFL Game Day, Mitcham versus North Ringwood. North Ringwood currently leading this one by 14 points. They go forward once again through a series of plays. Sharp runs to 45, gives to Van Unit, snaps around the body. Oh, almost the nail in the coffin there for the North Ringwood Saints. Van Unit had the snapshot on goal. Sends it through for one behind. 13-13-91. North Ringwood, Mitcham 11-10-76. Bendigo Bank scoreboard. 21 minutes gone, final term.
Grant Campbell, thanks to Choose Tap.
Kicks 40-39 in favour of North Ringwood. Handballs 21-20, so not much difference there. Although the inside 50s are 13-8 in favour of North Ringwood.
8 minutes to go if Mitcham want to keep their season alive. The kick went into Whitnish. Now they're running it away in the middle of the ground. Tigers streaming through. Searle takes the handball, drives it up towards the 50, looking for Bell. That's a good bit of play. He'll get the free kick here. Harbeck was a little bit crude, so Bell will have a shot from about 50 metres out. Distance might trouble him here. He could, in fact, even be winded. Trainer's heading out to him.
Just while they're waiting, BWS in Division 3 was Baronia by 14 points over Templestowe, Warrandyte by 5 over Chirnside Park. Glen Waverley Hawks by 27 over Ringwood, who've only kicked 1 goal for the day. Wanturna South by 57 points over the Wildest Pioneers, and Heathmont by 40 points over Coldstream.
So it'll be Bell. He's already kicked 2 majors. Comes in from 50 metres. It's a good kick off the boot. It might just not make the distance. Top of the goal square. It's fisted out to about 20 metres out now. Petrarca trying to break a tackle. Can't do so. We'll have a bounce.
This is where they need to make the most of it. Must score here.
Exactly right, Dyson Baker. If Mitcham are any chance of winning, they must kick a goal.
Pye throws it aloft. Phillips got the knockdown. Went straight to Melzer. Scrambled to kick a valuable 30 or 40 metres. May even be kicked out of bounds on the full here by Morgan.
Both umpires didn't see it though.
So, a little bit unlucky there for the Tigers. The umpire throws it in now. Front spot tuck, got it down. Whitnish come alive in this last term. Snapped it around the body to the hot spot. It's bouncing. Marrow off the ground. That's the one that they were after for the Tigers. In the right spot. He's a clever player, and that's his 5th goal. And on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, Mitcham moved to 12 goals, 10-82. Well, it's only a 9-point ball game once again. North Ringwood 13-91.
Well, with Lucas Marrow around the packs there, he was always going to kick a goal. He's a really dangerous player, and to kick 5 goals like he has today has been a brilliant effort. The challenge is now for Mitcham. The next clearance is all crucial. Whoever gets the next clearance will be right in good stead to win the game.
And our boundary riders are alive.
Just flatlining at the moment. Need to go down to Akira Urgent Care.
Boundary.
Ball back in the middle of the ground. We'll cross boundary side shortly. Miller gets the centre clearance himself, goes towards the forward 50. Fantastic mark taken by Max Melzer. True centre half back. We'll cross boundary side thanks to Akira Urgent Care.
Yeah, it's just really hard to do anything but watch this game. It's a scintillating game. Both teams are just under the pump. The wind's dropped. It's just down to these boys in the last few minutes.
Well put by Artie Hall thanks to Akira Urgent Care. Free kick's been paid out. It looks like it'll go the way of Whelan on the outer side wing. No, my mistake, Candler. So Candler has the ball, centre wing outer side here at Walker Park. His side currently lead, 91 plays 82. Up towards centre half forward in the Van Union direction. Couldn't quite find him. They still have the ball. They go inside forward 50. Foot race. Mitcham will lead. Should clear away here. They do so up towards centre half back. Ball over the back of a couple of Tigers' heads, but they work it out. Lovely handball to Smith, who runs through the centre of the ground. Target up in the forward 50. Need a mark here. The Tigers play on. Snapper around the body. Bouncing ball. Oh! What a goal from Anthony Faulkner. And what a game we are seeing here at Walker Park in Mitcham. Could it be that North Ringwood will walk away winless from Walker Park once again? 13-10-88. We told you they were down and out moments ago. They currently trail this one by 3 points. North Ringwood 13-13-91. 25 minutes gone, Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Yeah, Mitcham, they're playing for their season at the moment, and all Scott Homewood can do is sit back and watch what his side can do.
Ball back in the middle of the ground. It was taken by Godfrey. He tried to earn himself a free kick, and he copped one, so the umpire said you can have it. Wants to switch the play around. He's got Whitnish all by himself. Swings around now on the left boot, kicks it inside forward 50. Who's going to be the target down there? It was Godfrey, and the umpire comes in to ball it in. 50 metres out from the Mitcham goals. They've been peppering the last couple of minutes. They've kicked the last 2 goals on the board. 26 minutes gone. It's a 3-point margin EFL match of the day. Comes down to Van Roonen in the ruck. Scramble to kick outside the defensive 50 zone.
Most important kick of the afternoon.
So they've got to mark Mitcham. It'll go through Miller. Short options on.
Great option.
Julian Petrarca on the siren. This is amazing, isn't it? So he's 51 metres out. You would expect Julian Petrarca. He's kicking against the breeze. It's a 3-point margin. You'll watch all players get down to that goal line.
And look at the supporters just stand up.
What pressure on this man who's come to Mitcham this year from Blackburn. He's a super player. He's a super kick. He comes in from 50 metres out. He hasn't kicked a goal yet today, and he hasn't kicked one for the remainder of the match too, because he's out of bounds on the full. What a terrific end of this match it was. North Ringwood taking it out in the end. I suppose it lost a little bit of its glow just at that last second with the ball going out of bounds on the full. But congratulations to the North Ringwood Football Club, victorious this afternoon, 13-13-91 in an absolute heart-stopper out at Walker Park. Mitcham 13-10-88. That final term only going 27 minutes. You sense there might have been a couple more minutes to go, but what a super effort by both sides all afternoon. No one giving an inch, no one letting die either, and North Ringwood thoroughly deserved their win in the end, Dan.
Oh, they certainly did, but credit to Mitcham. They did not roll over and die when we thought North Ringwood were going to run away with the game by about 4 or 5 goals. But look, Julian Petrarca there, he was sensational all afternoon. A bit unfitting to kick it out of bounds on the full.
Let's cross down boundary side thanks to Akira Urgent Care. Andy Paolici has got the victorious coach, Brett Moyle, and what a super game he played.
Yeah, Brett Moyle played a fantastic game today. Brett, you know, it was a fairly underwhelming first quarter. You were trailing by 4 goals. What do you think changed after that opening term there?
Footy, you can make it complicated, but quite simply, I think they were harder at the footy early. I mean, I think the goal was probably a 3 or 4 goal breeze. To be honest, the way the game was played in the first quarter, we were probably lucky to be within 4 goals. You know, they were good around the footy, and I thought we got on top around the clearances in the second quarter. And that, you know, it's a simple game. If you win at the coalface, you can get some scores on the board.
Yeah, definitely. It was final of sorts today. You really lifted in that last quarter. You know, how important are these final home and away games? You know, in the context of the overall season.
Well, today was crucial for us. I mean, in a final 5 system, top counts. I mean, it gives you a week rest. It means you don't have to play in a qualifying final. You can wait to see who comes. So I mean, we've got Wanty South next week, who I assume would add a. You know, they'll play Whitehorse today. I mean, they would have been played next week. They're going to be playing for maybe 4th or 5th spot. So we're going to have the same thing again. So, you know, super crucial for a couple of reasons. One, for top spot, but to get some momentum as well.
Absolutely. Now the turning point, it has to be Jack Williams' 2 goals at the start of the last term there. How important is he to your side?
Yeah, he's been outstanding, Jacko, this year for us. He's gone from being sort of a cult best and fairest to being a sort of a bit player last year to now being a super important player for us. I thought he had a pretty quiet day, Jack, for the first 3 quarters, but credit to him, actually. You know, it can be hard to turn around when you have a quiet 3 quarters. He did, and he kicked those 2 goals, but he also probably had an 8 or 9 possession last quarter as well as that. So he really lifted when we needed him, so it was good.
Yeah, fair enough. And were you nervous with Petrarca there?
Well, I was, because a lot of guys playing this level of footy probably can't dob it from the boundary 45 out. He's got a really lethal deep left leg, and if he hit it right, he probably could have. And maybe tried to kick it too hard or tired legs or whatever. But yeah, no, it was, because he's one player who could have kicked it.
Well, thanks very much, Brett, and well done today.
Thank you very much to Andy Paolici and the victorious coach Brett Moyle down on the ground. Follow them in, guys, because we want to hear that famous Saints song, don't we? Good stuff. So plenty of time for a couple more interviews, or at least one gentleman. And Grant Campbell, thanks to Choose Tap, some of the important stats in that last quarter to see North Ringwood get over the line.
Well, there was really only 2 that stand out. The hitouts were 15-7 in favour of North Ringwood. Marks inside 50, that was a crucial one, 5-0. Given how close the game was, the ability to get those set shots proved the difference. They kicked 3 goals from that in the final quarter. Mitcham obviously didn't have a set shot for the final quarter.
Thank you very much to Grant Campbell. Thanks to Choose Tap Match Stats. Let's go through one of the divisions, Ben Waterworth.
I've been willing to tell you for the last 5 minutes, but it was a close finish. Donvale have lost to the Waverley Blues by 4 points. Wow. The Blues kicked a goal after the siren to win the game. So while our player couldn't kick it here, Waverley Blues had one kick to basically shatter Donvale's finals hopes.
Well, terrific work by Scott Hunter's boys, but let's head down to the North Ringwood rooms. Win number 14 to the North Ringwood Football Club, and belting out one of the great songs that have ever existed in this universe. Congratulations to the boys. They still remain on top of the ladder, and they look like they just might hold on to that position as the season progresses, but they've got plenty of sides that are on their hammer as well. But this game was an absolute heart-stopper in the end. You just thought halfway through that final quarter, Daniel Sensick, that, well, North Ringwood had done enough. The rain started to come. You could see the breeze was picking up as well. It was making conditions really difficult difficult. But as we've already said, it was a good challenge by Mitcham to not say that their season was over until the final siren went, and they gave it a fair dinkum crack. They'll be proud of their efforts there, but they've got to realise that they came up against a very good side in North Ringwood today. They don't look happy, Mitcham, do they, as they go off the ground, but they've given it a fair old decent crack this year in season 2012, and there's still another round left, so they can finish on a high.
Yeah, well, the Tigers spent a fair bit of time out on the ground after the match with Scott Homewood drilling in a message to the boys out there. I think the message might have been something like, this is what it takes to be the best side in the league at the moment. North Ringwood are on top of the ladder. As we saw today, they took their opportunities when they got them in that final quarter, when they got 11 points in front. But credit to the Tigers, as you said, BWS. I posed the question halfway through that final quarter whether Mitcham would hit back for a final time, and they did exactly that with Lucas Marrow in fantastic form. And also Julian Petraka after the siren there. He kicked well all afternoon. A bit unfitting for his sort of game today that he'd kick it out on the full.
But visibly shattered after the game.
He would be shattered with that, but he can hold his head high because he was a fantastic player for the Tigers today.
Well, gentlemen, start thinking about casting your votes in the Allen Pools Player of the Day because, of course, we'll be going through our usual 3, 2 and 1 votes for the game this afternoon. Of course, Ben Waterworth has got more scores coming in from around the ground.
Some very interesting scores. Norwood by 31 points over Croydon today. East Burwood by 46 points over South Croydon. East Ringwood have broken the duck. They got a 3-point win over Lilydale today, so great effort by the Roos and Bernie Deneen. As I said, Waverley Blues kicked a goal after the siren to win by 4 points, smashing Donvale's hopes because Bayswater were in front by Upper Ferntree Gully at three-quarter time. Montrose thumping Doncaster by 89 points and Murrelbach thumping Mulgrave by 62 points. In other Division 3 scores where it's all happening, Baroni have defeated Templestowe by 30 points. The Glen Waverley Hawks have defeated Ringwood by 35 points. And Wantirna South have boosted their percentage even more with a 69-point win over the Whitehorse Pioneers. The Basin by 129 points over Surrey Park. The Panthers are only kicking 2 behinds for the game. And Ferntree Gully Eagles had a great win over Nunawading, 55 points. So that basically cements their spot in the finals, and Nunawading will have to perform well next week to ensure that they get there.
Good stuff. Ben Waterworth.
And just got one through. Yeah, Rowville have defeated Doncaster East quite comfortably. And in another score, Vermont have defeated Knox by 29 points, 10-12-72 to Knox, 6-7-43.
Plenty of great games happening out there, isn't there, Dice?
Saturday night scoreboard will be interesting, especially in Division 3, with a few results sort of going the way just to open up Division 3 a little bit more. We obviously know that it's going to be hard for Mitcham now, but a few more sides can put their hand up in round 18.
Yeah,
let's go to Grant Campbell. Thanks to Choose Tap Match Stats. We'll cross down to Arthur Hall very shortly because our technician's currently not in the box. But let's go to Grant Campbell. Yes, well, we can't hear you. You're not on air, so that's what's happening. So, Grant Campbell, if you would.
Some of the main match stats, the hitouts were 55 to 37 in favour of North Ringwood. Centre clearances 19 to 9 in favour of North Ringwood. Marks inside 50, 18 to 10 their way. And the scores from set shots, that proved very influential. 9 goals, 6 North Ringwood kicked. Mitcham, very wasteful, 5 goals, 8. You compare that to their good kicking in general play of 8 goals, 2, and it's quite hard to understand.
Thank you very much to Grant Campbell. Thanks to Choose Tap. Now we can cross down to Arthur Hall, who's been in the North Ringwood rooms. Thanks, Artie.
Good on you. Thanks, boys. So I've got, firstly, Jack Whelan with me. Jack, a slow start probably for you today, but you certainly finished off well. How do you think you went today? How do you think the team went today?
Yeah, look, definitely started off slow myself. The team was always there and about. The wind played a big part in the first quarter. But credit to the boys, they stuck in there, and we got the wind in the second, come back, and it was sort of just about keeping on from there.
It's absolutely a tough game today. Like I say, for the first 3 quarters, probably Mitcham had the ascendancy, but you guys never gave up. And I thought, being on the boundary, you in particular, never gave up. You seem to be like that every week. It's your fitness, your love for the game. What is it that keeps you going?
I think the biggest part is my teammates. We all get along like a house on fire, and we all want to do it for each other. And yeah, that's the biggest thing for me. Just playing with my mates and having a good time.
How long have you been with North Ringwood?
Since under 9s, I've been with North Ringwood.
What does it mean to you to play with these guys?
Oh, everything. Love every one of them. So they're a great bunch of boys, and hopefully we can go all the way this year.
Well, I think you can, guys. Touch wood, you can. Good on you. Thanks. Had a great day today. Well done.
Thanks a lot, mate. Cheers.
Thank you very much.
Boys, we've also got Barrett with us and Andy.
Yeah, guys, it's Andy Palachi here. Josh Barrett, a great game today, 2 goals. How did you feel, early in the game? Mitcham had the ascendancy. Were you worried about possibly, dropping 4 points today?
Not really, mate. Our side's always there and thereabouts. We're just a solid side this year. We've got depth in the back line, in the midfield and the forward line. So I reckon we should go all the way this year.
Absolutely. So you're confident you can do the job and go, take, basically take the premiership and go up to Division 2. Is that the mood, within the camp?
Mate, this year is the year. Yeah. Let's put it that way.
Absolutely, the year.
Not pulling punches.
No, yeah, that's right. And well, in terms of this game, in the context of the season, would you rate this as the most important win?
Yes, it was for top spot, and we won, and we're keeping top spot. So it's the best thing we can do.
Well, congratulations today, Josh. All the best.
Thank you.
Thank you very much to Andy Paolici and Josh Barrett. Ben Waterworth around the grounds with some more scores.
Very nice work from Josh Barrett. This is the year. You heard it first on EFL Game Day. Officially, Bayswater's in the top 4 of Division 2. They defeated Upper Ferntree Gully by 15 points today, with Donvale losing by 4 points. Montrose by 89 points over Doncaster, and Murrelbach by 62 points over Mulgrave. In other Division 1 scores, Norwood by 31 over Croydon, Vermont by 29 over Knox, East Burwood by 46 over South Croydon, and East Ringwood by 3 points over Lilydale to break their 7-game losing streak. In Division 4, Ferntree Gully Eagles by 55 points over the Nunawading side. Surrey Park losing to the Basin by 129 points, and just getting a score through from Rocket Cordwell, and unfortunately heartbreak for Kilsyth, 7-11-53, going down to Park Orchards 9-11-65. So Park Orchards finishing on a high in Division 4 this year. They've had a pretty, I think, good season in Division 4.
So they've got the bye next week.
They do have the bye, so they're over and done with, but their under-19s will go very, very far. Wantirna South by 69 points over the Whitehorse Pioneers. Here in our radio game, North Ringwood by 3 points over Mitcham. The Glen Waverley Hawks by 35 points over Ringwood, and Baronia by 30 points over Templestowe.
Well, it's all happening this afternoon. It's only 1 and 2 rounds left in the Eastern Football League, but we were out at Walker Park today. We expected a close contest, and that's exactly what we got. We had a kick on the siren, which didn't manage to manufacture a score in the end, so there was no change to the result. 3 points the margin. North Ringwood 13-13-91 defeated Mitcham 13-10-88. It's vote time, gentlemen, and of course, thanks to Narellan Pools, the player of the day receives a magnificent $100 voucher to spend any which way they like down at Narellan Pools, and it'll be handed out in the awards later on tonight downstairs at the club. We're going to start with our stats man this afternoon, because he always sees things from a different angle. He did a great job too, and you're 3-2-1. Thanks very much, Soupy.
I'll even name the actual players' names this time.
That's what I was hoping for.
Fiasco last time. I gave 1 vote to Brett Moyle, in particular for that third quarter effort. Mitcham had the breeze. They really needed a lead, and he was a huge influence in keeping them in close. I gave 2 votes to the man who will be disappointed with his kick after the siren, but Julian Petraka racked up a lot of possessions, used it well through the middle of the ground. I thought there was an absolute standout. I'll be interested to see if we agree, but Max Meltzer in defence, he took a lot of marks off the opposition, used the ball well. I thought he was the difference between the sides on the day. He gets my 3 votes.
Oh, very nicely done, Grant Campbell. We're going to go to the co-commentator next. We'll just change it up a little bit here in the media box. Dyson Baker, you're 3-2-1 today.
Glad you went to me, because I was hoping to be last and didn't have them written down yet, but I'll go off the cuff.
I know.
And reasonably happy with my vote. Just I've labelled a few guys, that really sort of came in and out of the game. One obviously being Lucas Murray with his 5 goals. Benny Miller was great. There was a few other guys. Faulkner came in at a few times during the game when he needed to. But I ended up giving 1 vote going the way of Anthony Sharp. I thought he was fantastic. Just when North Ringwood needed an option, he stood up and was really fantastic. I gave 2 votes to the big man who probably got a lot more praise than what he thought he would this afternoon, and that was Daniel Johnson for Mitcham. I thought he was brilliant as probably the number 1 big man on the ground, and just his work around the ground was absolutely fantastic. And yeah, I'm right with Soupy. I'm pretty happy with that. Maxi Melzer just like I said during the game, he was an absolute general across back line, and he gets my 3 votes.
Good stuff, Dyson. Let's go to Arthur Hall with his 3, 2 and 1. Thanks, Narelle and Pools.
Controversial corner here. I've got number 1 point for young Jack Whelan. From down on ground level, he never stopped all day. He just kept putting in. Very impressive, especially in that last quarter. Brett Moyle, I've given 2. Reason being, just as a coach, a playing coach, it's really, really hard to focus on not only your own game, but everything that's going on around you. And I just think that he handles that very, very well. So I've given him 2. And my 3 points I've given to Josh Barrett. I just thought that he didn't give up all day. There were, probably some better players midfield running around, but I just think for someone who's doing his job on the day, I thought you couldn't go past Josh Barrett.
Thanks, Artie. Daniel Sensick, Narelle and Pools votes 3, 2 and 1. Thank you.
Yeah, look, Grant Campbell took the words right out of my mouth, or read my mind before, because my votes are exactly the same as his. For 1 vote, I snuck in
Great minds think alike.
Yeah, great minds think alike. There's no doubt about it.
Barrack for a rubbish football side.
Oh. Great minds think alike, there's no doubt about it. Brett Moore in that 3rd quarter for the North Ringwood Footy Club was fantastic, getting North Ringwood back into the game when it mattered the most. For 2 votes I gave to Julian Petrarca. His work all day, just to hit up at target and kick long to break that North Ringwood zone down was absolutely brilliant. And for 3 votes I gave to Maxi Mells, the down back. Battled hard all day, took some really solid marks and some game-telling marks as well.
Familiar names being thrown up amongst the votes as we go to our newest member of the EFL Media Team, and didn't he do a great job on the boundary line this afternoon, Andy Paolici. How did you see your 3, 2 and 1 today, Andy?
I saw him very similarly to you guys, actually. For 1 vote, I'm going to give it to Julian Petrarca. I thought he was the main reason for why Mitcham got off to such a great start. His ability to, run, carry the football, break the lines, and kick long as well. Really put the North Ringwood defence under pressure. I thought he was fantastic. So 1 vote to him. 2 votes has to go from me to Brett Moyle. Getting a sense down on the boundary line and on quarter time and 3/4 time huddles. He's just such a leader. He really inspires all the players, and he was so confident that North Ringwood could carry out and win that game, and they did. And guys, as you'd expect, Maxi Melzer for the 3 votes just played that quarterback role, did it so well, and it was probably the catalyst for their forays forward. So Maxi Melzer 3 votes there.
Good stuff, Andy. I suppose that just leaves it with my votes this afternoon. I'm going to give 1 Dyson to Brett Moyle. Wasn't he super, especially that second half when they needed a player to stand up, get their side back into the lead. They probably wouldn't have thought they'd be sitting where they were at half-time, a fraction down they were. But his leadership in that second half was unbelievable. His in and under play, his skills were sometimes that have let him down on his left foot, Brett Moyle. He was super today, and he really did what he needed to do to lift his side up and over the line. I'm going to give 2 votes to Lucas Marrow. I'm not sure if he's even received any votes. Yes, he's got a couple, but, well, when you kick 5 goals, I think normally you get 1 to 2 votes, or sometimes even 3 votes. If Mitcham had got up today, you would have probably thought he would have figured a lot more prominently. He won his position by an absolute mile today, Lucas Marrow, and in a game where at different times of the afternoon it was wet, it was windy, he just knows where to be. He's a clever footballer, and he got a really couple of impressive snap crumbing goals this afternoon, and that's what you want, a player that can definitely do work in the stoppages. I'm also going to give 3 votes to Max Melzer because we called him all afternoon. He was the general across the half-back line. Nothing got past him. He's got courage, he's got skill, and he's just a smart footballer, and that's probably what impressed most of us out here at the ground this afternoon. So he gets my votes, and I think he may just well be a runaway leader, Dyson.
Almost rolled home all 3 votes, but managed to get 5 to leave him on a total of 15. 3 votes from 5 media team members. Moyle finished with 7. Petrarca, obviously the kick after the siren, I reckon if that had gone through, it would have changed things a little bit. He finished with 5, and then 3 to Barrett, 2 each to Johnson and Marrow, and then singles to Whelan and Sharp.
Now, of course, there's not only one award that we give out here on EFL Game Day. Of course, there is the Trojan workhorse of the afternoon. I might actually put this to a vote. I've selected a couple of players who I think were very worthy today, 1 from each side. I picked Julian Petrarca from the Mitcham Football Club. He was his work rate all afternoon was super, and a guy that sometimes goes a little bit unnoticed, but you call him so often from the North Ringwood Football Club is Adam Tuck, and I really thought that he was triple teamed throughout the afternoon. He basically went lone hand in the ruck for more often than not all afternoon. So I liked his work. But I'm going to give this one to a vote. So hands up if you like, great radio. Hands up if you like Tuck.
I like Tuck with my hand up.
There's 3, and then who likes Petrarca?
Yeah, I like Petrarca.
Well, that's 3-2. So it goes to Adam Tuck from the North Ringwood Football Club. So congratulations goes to him. He worked really well all afternoon. Yeah. He's a veteran now of the Eastern Football League, and he'll be looking forward to another final series coming up. And he wins that magnificent award, that Trojan Toolbox, filled to the brim with Trojan goodies, Dyson.
Might get my hands on one of those. I have to go out and play in the last round, see if I can get myself a Trojan Toolbox.
Well, Ben Waterworth, there's more scores streaming in from around the east.
There certainly is. I'll just go through them as they come in. But Pete Baird's game in Scoresby and Baldwin has just finished, and Scoresby have got up by 15 points over Baldwin. Big result there for Scoresby. In other games in Division 1, Norwood by 31 points over Croydon, Vermont by 29 points over Knox, East Burwood by 46 points over South Croydon, and East Ringwood by 3 points over Lilydale. Noble Park and Blackburn apparently still going, and I think we just got a text through from Tracy, who hasn't done it properly. So thanks very much, Tracy. Much appreciated for that. But Noble Park, Noble Park. Now she's done it. Now she's done it now. Okay, I'm working off the top of my head here. Noble Park, 13-13-91 to Blackburn, 14-12-90. So a 1 point win for Noble Park. A very good effort, but apparently Noble Park have gone down with another knee injury.
Another one?
Joey McClelland?
Even tweeted at the start of the day, hopefully we'll get an injury-free afternoon.
14-12-96, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
They happen to win.
It is too. Thank you very much to Grant Campbell. Thanks to Choose Tap doing some fine work. So Blackburn have got up by 5 points. So Blackburn Noble Park will still hold that 5th position. East Burwood getting a good victory today, but Noble Park are nice and safe inside that top 5. But you would think now that they're probably going to finish at least 4th or 5th. So their double chances are probably close to gone. In Division 2, Bayswater move up into 4th position with a 15-point win over Upper Ferntree Gully, with the Waverley Blues winning by 4 points with a kick after the siren to defeat Donvale. Roeville by 61 points over Doncaster East, Montrose by 89 over Doncaster, and Mooroolbark by 62 over Mulgrave. So the big three with 3 big wins. Baronia by 30 points over Templestowe. No score from Warrandyte and Churnside Park.
Oh, that was a close one, wasn't it?
It was. No surprise. You're not right there. You're not wrong there, Dyson. Glen Waverley Hawks 8-7-55 defeated Ringwood 2-8-20. Ringwood kicking 2 goals for the day. Mitcham, of course, losing to North Ringwood here by 3 points. Wantirna South by 69 points over the White Horse Pioneers. No Sheen, no worries for Heathmont. 13-12-90, defeating Coldstream 7-13-55. The Basin by 129 points over Surrey Park. I think Sylvan got up by 29 points over the Eastern Lions. Ferntree Gully by 55 over Nunawading. Park Orchards by 12 over Kilsyth, and South Belgrave by 40 points over Forest Hill. Now, South Belgrave were down by 22 points at quarter time, but kicked 10 goals to 1 in the second term, and then were able to hold their lead from there.
And they'll be in on the huddle on Wednesday.
They are. Now, just getting a text through from the Waverley Blues. Hartfield marked a missed set shot near the point post with moments remaining. Siren went during his approach, but he continued the banana. That went through. So Robbie Hartfield was the guy who kicked the goal after the siren with a banana to basically almost end Donvale's finals hopes for 2012.
Jeez, it would have been tense out there, wouldn't it?
Very, very tense. The thing is, Donvale did themselves no favours. They were down for actually the majority of the games, so the Waverley Blues, you could say, deserved to win the match.
Well, they've just fallen in a little bit of a hole, the Donvale Football Club, in the last couple of weeks, and nearly created a gift ice for Bayswater to step up and play finals this year.
Well, that basically writes them off. Obviously, we know that Bayswater are going to go into the top 4 this week, but it'll take a fair bit of effort for Donvale to put themselves back in there next week.
Well, we're almost done here out at Mitcham and Walker Park. The rains decided to descend upon us again, and not too sure, Ben Waterworth, but Mark Freeman might have to come back down at some other point and collect his signs during the week, because it looks a little bit nasty out there for us to go and take them down. But of course, we need to thank the team that's been out here with us this afternoon, and of course we'll run through all the scores again with Ben before we cross back to Peter MacArthur to hear our Around the Ground reporters, which this afternoon is Paul Semimacedis, Brad Henderson, and of course the big man who milks cows for a living, Peter Baird, who was at an absolute thriller out at Scoresby and Baldwin. But let's thank the team. Let's start with my mate Artie Hall. I called him the other day and said, mate, we need you, we want you to come back, we want you on the boundary line with us, and you accepted the challenge and you did a great job, although it was like you were asleep for the second half.
Distant.
The game was just so watchable that I had trouble speaking. I just had to watch it. It was fantastic. But it was a good game today.
Perfect trainer for our new guy, wasn't he?
Well, if you ask the new guy, he will say, yes, I was. Otherwise, I will see him outside afterwards. No, great game. Good calling. And it's just, again, it just shows what local football is all about. Hard, tough, nuggety football.
And a good crowd and a good atmosphere for everybody involved. Andy Paolici, we hope you enjoyed yourself this afternoon, mate. We're rapt to have you on the team with us. You've been out, watched how we roll for the last couple of weeks. Now you stood up today, and you did a great job too. So thanks for joining us today.
Absolutely. Thanks again, guys. Appreciate it.
Great work by Andy Paolici on the boundary today. And of course, a man who sat outside the commentary box all afternoon in the cold. He toughed it out, but he's used to it when he comes out here to Mitcham. He's the Casey Scorpions main stats man, but when he's not on duties with them, he's out here on EFL Gameday with us and Grant Campbell. There was no signs naming a goal end to you today, but you did a great job on the stats, mate.
I was disappointed by that, but the fact the game was so close and a pretty good stand and match more than made up for it.
And Daniel Sensic, I think it's the third time this year you've stepped up into the special comments chair. Is that correct, mate?
Third or fourth, but it was an absolutely brilliant game today, and we've been spoilt so far this year for the media team games. We get another close one. We get close ones nearly every single week, and it's just absolutely fantastic to get out to them.
And what a great venue it is to come out to, isn't it, Dyson Baker? Last time we called was out at Murrelbark. It seems like it nearly rains every time we end up calling together. True. But another good game we got to see, and let's hope that there's plenty more around the corner.
Yeah, really looking forward to dissecting all of today's results on Akira EFL Sunday tomorrow from 10 right here on 98.1 Radio East, and there'll be a few interesting ladders right across the board to come through tomorrow morning. But as always, I've been great. You've been fantastic.
Ben Waterworth, one more time around the grounds, if you would.
Most certainly can for you, BWS. In Division 1, Norwood 10-9-69, defeated Croydon 5-8-38. Scoresby 10-11-71, defeated Baldwin 8-8-56. Vermont 10-12-72, defeated Knox 6-7-43. East Burwood 18-10-118, defeated South Croydon 11-6-72. Bernie's boys in East Ringwood got up 5-13-43.
They've never lost 8 in a row, Bernie.
To Lilydale 6-4-40, and that streak will continue. Noble Park 13-13-91, lost to Blackburn 14-12-96, and another injury to the Bulls. Joey McClellan going down with another knee injury. They cannot buy a trick. Bayswater in Division 2, 14-10-94, defeating Upper Ferntree Gully 11-13-79. Roeville 14-23-107 to Doncaster East 6-10-46. But again, Roeville kicking pretty inaccurately. It's been a story right throughout season 2012. Waverley Blues 7-8-50 to Donvale 6-10-46. Goal to Robbie Hartfield after the siren, giving the Blues that win. And speaking of that, that probably gives the Waverley Blues a little bit of breathing space from relegation territory as well. So let's not forget that storyline. Fantastic effort by the Blues. Montrose 19-14-128 defeated Doncaster 6-3-39, and Murrelbark 14-16-100 defeating Mulgrave 5-8-38. In Division 3, Baronia 12-13-85, defeating Templestowe 8-7-55. Going to be very hard for the Dockers to now try and make the Choose Tap final series. No final score from Warrandyte and Churnside Park yet. I followed it up. We'll try and get that to you before 10-6 tonight. Glen Waverley Hawks 8-7-55, defeating Ringwood 2-8-20. Here in our radio game, we saw a beauty with North Ringwood 13-13-91, defeating Mitcham 13-10-88. Wanturna South 17-11-113, defeating the Whitehorse Pioneers 6-9-45, and Heathmont 13-12-90 defeated Coldstream 7-13-55. The Basin 18-23-131 defeated Surrey Park 2 behinds. Sylvan defeated the Eastern Lions by 21 points, but don't have a full final score. Ferntree Gully Eagles 11-15-81 defeated Nunawading 3-8-26. Park Orchards 9-11-65 defeated Kilsyth 7-11-53, and South Belgrave 17-11-133 defeated Forest Hill 14-9-93.
And of course, all those scores will be repeated after 5 o'clock on 98.1 at Radio Eastern with our 3 Around the Grounds reporters, and of course, Braden Ingram joining Peter MacArthur in the studio after 5 to go through all the results. Appreciate your efforts today, Ben Waterworth. You're one of the busiest men on EFL Saturday, and a lot of people don't realise it, but great job by yourself, and we look forward again to next week.
Thank you very much. Looking forward to it. 1 week to go in the home and away season. I can't believe how quickly this season has gone.
And you couldn't forget your wing woman either, Annie Frank. friend
Annabelle.
who helped you all afternoon as also. And, of course, from the Loft Productions, our technician, Bruce Press. We love having him on board. Darren McKenzie just moseyed on down today just to see if all things were fine. We've got it covered, mate. We've got it covered. You don't need to worry about it. Great job, Bruce. We're flawless as always. Well, this is the team signing off from out at Walker Park. It was a big day for the North Ringwood Football Club. They shut the gate on Mitcham's finals hopes. Final score 13-13-91 for the Saints. The Tigers were 13-10-88. Of course, make sure you tune in to 98.1 Radio Eastern tomorrow morning with all the gang for Akira EFL Sundays. We speak to all the winning coaches, well, not all of them, but a lot of them, and go through all the results across reserves, Colts and seniors. My name is Ben Warren Smith. We've had a great day out here, as you've heard me say several times. And, of course, the Huddle will be back next Wednesday. And then we haven't decided where we're going next weekend for the final round in Divisions 4, 3 and 2. But it's sure to be a great game. Let's cross back to the studio with Peter MacArthur because we want to hear those scores again. We want to know what's happened in the AFL. And we want to hear to more media team members. It's over to Peter MacArthur. It's us signing off here on EFL Game Day.
Hello, this is Kevin Morrish. If you're free on Tuesday nights between 8 and 11, I'd love you to join me for Moonlight Serenade. We could enjoy together 3 hours of tuneful music of many different sorts. I'll play.
So how do you think we'll go tonight? I think it's a dangerous game, actually. Because of Brownie's comments, I reckon he's going to... Yeah.